How's it going, Can Crushers? My name's Jake Thomas.
And I'm Cullen.
And tonight, we're watching UFC Fight Island 3, Robert Whittaker versus Darren Till. And we'll be drinking Battlestar IPA from Crux Brewery, located in Bend, Oregon. Yeah. What do you think?
I'm interested to give this one a try. I've never heard of it. Never heard of the brewery itself.
So it's
we'll find out.
It's at 7.8% alcohol, 65 IBUs. We're going to have a good time with it. The way that they describe it, there's supposed to be a tropical and citrusy taste to it, but it's supposed to have a real good balance with the hops as well. So yeah. I'm kind of excited to check it out.
I like the can.
Yeah.
You ready to crack this bad boy open?
Yeah, let's do it, buddy. Woo! Ooh, a little fizzy there.
Yeah, you are. Your shit went everywhere. Jesus Christ. Right away, it smells really good.
Yeah.
I like this a lot better than the last beer you picked out just based off the smell alone.
Well, it smells good already.
Whew. It actually tastes really good.
It's pretty balanced.
Yeah,
I like it.
It finishes really well too. So it goes in and it's actually not super bitter for a 65 IBU beer.
No.
Yeah, wow, that's actually really good. Okay, now I'm getting a little bit of the bitterness afterwards after that first drink. They're just not hitting the back of my tongue.
This is awesome, though.
But it goes in really, really smooth.
Suitable for faster than light travel, casual projection, or just kicking back with friends here on Earth.
Yeah,
so, I guess, sum that up. You can drink it fast or you can drink it slow.
Looks like we're going to do some light speed traveling here pretty soon.
All right, so let's break into the card.
Yeah, man, let's do it.
So that the first fight on the card was Nathaniel Wood versus John Castaneda. For this one, it was a really good back and forth fight. John Castaneda showed that he's definitely a competitor. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to keep up with Nathaniel Wood. Nathaniel Wood's definitely a prospect. I'm really excited about watching that guy fight. He's the future.
Yeah,
he's the future. His hands are so good and so clean. He would have made he did make Brad Pickett proud today. Yeah, so he came in. He used good hands, good boxing, very much like a Brad Pickett style. Brad Pickett himself was good with the boxing, and Nathaniel Wood was able to use that to his advantage and outclass John Castaneda. He was able to get some takedowns on him. John Castaneda was good. He was tough, and he was able to compete. But Nathaniel Wood was just a step ahead the whole time.
I gotta sneeze. Holy fuck.
I'm trying to get through this shit, man.
God damn it. I think I'm good. Let's go.
Woo! So, with that one, how did you pick that one?
Jesus Christ, that's how I picked that one.
You were fucked up.
No, I had Nathaniel Wood by knockout in round 3. I figured, it was going to be a pretty well-contested battle.
And it was.
But I figured by the end of the 3rd round, with Castaneda being a short-notice replacement, coming in there, he'd be tired, and I figured Wood be able to get that TKO ground and pound.
Yeah. I honestly, Nathaniel Wood was so far ahead of him that I wouldn't have been surprised if he finished it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he was really dangerously close to finishing him, but he looked like, as far as skill and technique, he was years ahead of him. I ended up picking Nathaniel Wood by decision. That was a perfect pick for me, so that was the first one of the night. We made a decision. Then we move on to the next one, and that one was Ramazan Ameev versus Nicholas Stolze. And that one was another good fight. Another good fight, back and forth. Nicholas Stolze actually surprised me. He hit him with a really good knee that dropped Ramazan Ameev right at the end of the first round. If there was probably 10, 15 seconds left, he may have been able to put him away. It was a tough fight, though. Ramazan Ameev, he's a grinder. He's a grinder. Nicholas Stolze was able to get up off the ground a little bit. He ended up getting one of his own takedowns. But
that's surprising.
Yeah, I was surprised. But, ultimately, Ameev's grappling was stronger, and he was able to grind out a decision, much like both of us thought.
I was going to say, that sounds exactly, I missed the undercard. I was out with the family. But that sounds exactly like what we were talking about. Is he's just a grinder. He's going to go in there, he's going to grind it and get that decision. And it looks like we both got a perfect pick on that one.
Yep, that was a perfect pick for us. So right now we're both 2-0 on the night. I've got 2 perfect picks. You got 1 perfect pick. Then we move on to the Pani Kianzad fight versus Betch Kohea. This one went pretty much just like we talked about as well.
I'm mad I missed it.
It was a back and forth fight. It was a good fight. It was exciting. Panny's striking's just a little bit better. Betch was still in it. She was throwing hard punches. She had some good shots in there that she got. And honestly, she landed more against Penny than I thought she would. But Penny's just a little bit faster, a little bit bigger, and a little bit stronger, just like we talked about. And that's how it played out in that one. That one worked out to be another perfect pick for me. I had a decision, and that was for you as well.
Yeah, you got to get off this toxic masculinity, man. Stop calling these girls betches. Jesus Christ. What's wrong with you?
Oh, stop it.
I'm kidding. But yeah, that's perfect pick for both of us.
So right now that puts me at 3-0 with 3 perfects.
Yeah, I'm 3-0 with 2 perfects at this point.
Yep. And then we move on to Tanner Boser versus Rafael Pessoa. This one was a good fight. This is a good fight. We got pretty much what we thought we were going to get. Tanner Boser bouncing around, really light on his feet. That guy's super fun to watch. But Rafael Pessoa is huge, man.
264 he weighed in at.
He was way big. Tanner did not look like
Tanner was 235 at the weigh-in.
He did not look like he belonged in the same weight class as him. It was crazy, the size difference, but Tanner was able to use his smaller size and the agility that he has to move around and kind of pick Rafael Pessoa apart.
And that's what we were talking about would happen, or at least we thought would happen.
Yeah, I ultimately thought that it was going to go to a decision. I thought that Boser wasn't going to be able to put him away because, Rafael Pessoa has good movement. He does have good movement and he does have good hands. Yeah. But when you're against a guy as fast as Boser, it just proved to be too much. And Boser ended up knocking out Pessoa in the second round. So we both got that one correct.
Yeah, that was a perfect pick for me because I had Boser by TKO in the second round. And I saw the knockout. I did get to catch the highlight of that one. It was really weird because he threw this left that kind of grazed Pessoa's eye. It the knuckle hit the temple and then went into the eye, and Pessoa looked like his eye was really hurt at that point because he was just kind of went back to the cage, fell down, didn't want anything else to do after that.
Yeah, and that's true. And Pessoa, or not Pessoa, but Boser said it right afterwards. He was like, my knuckle went in his eye. I hit him with the closed fist, but my knuckle went in his eye.
Yeah,
I felt it. My knuckle went in his eye.
And that hurts. I mean, even if it's even just a knuckle, the knuckle to the eye hurts.
It doesn't have to be a finger to go to the eye to hurt. Yeah, a knuckle can hurt to the eye. So right there, that puts us both at 4-0 on the night.
And 3 perfects each.
We both have 3 perfects. But you have one that is a regular perfect and not a decision perfect.
Right.
So that moves you ahead of me in the points by 25 points.
Yep, because I did get a TKO round 2 perfect, so you get a little bit more for picking the exact round in stoppage versus decisions, which are only 25-point victories.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a dumb rule, but whatever. It's their rules. We play on their site, so we follow their rules, right?
Yeah.
So then we go on to Mavzar Ivalov versus Mike Grundy. We had both picked Mike Grundy to win. I had picked Grundy to win by decision, submission. I said submission round 2. You had picked him to win by a decision.
Yep.
Mavzar's a monster. That's another guy. He's a 145-pounder. He's looking like he's gonna be, he's gonna be a title challenger. He literally beat the hell out of Mike Grundy. Grundy's just too tough for his own good. Grundy got some really good takedowns in there, and he threatened with a Darce that was really, really, really close.
Yeah.
But Mavzar was able to fight out of it. He stayed calm, and he kept fighting the position, worked so that he can get his feet up against Grundy's thighs so he could push off to get the space he needed to roll. You got to watch that. It was the wickedest thing to get out of it because I thought he was going to lose for sure there. And I was like, wait till round 2, wait till round 2, wait till round 2. And as the fight just started going on longer and longer, as Mavzar got out of that, and Grundy's like, crap, that's my greatest move, the tide started to change really fast. Yeah. Grundy only had takedowns, and he was able to get him, but he wasn't able to hold Ivalov down. Ivalov was able to fight hands and come back up to his feet every time and then pick him apart on the feet.
He actually looked better on the feet.
Oh,
he's the Tiger Muay Thai guy, isn't he?
He whooped him on the feet.
Wow, that's surprising. Did Grundy use his boxing at all?
Grundy didn't look like he knew how to strike.
That's fucking weird.
In my opinion, Grundy looked like he did not know how to strike.
Because you watch his other fights and his striking looks beautiful.
Yeah.
I wonder if he was just afraid.
Well, I don't know.
Sometimes it happens. I mean, you get hit by the other guy, and at that point, your game plan goes out the window.
Yep. So it was kind of crazy. But, if you look at our results so far on the night going into that fight, that puts us at 4-1. We both have 3 perfects. You have that one that's a perfect with the round, so that puts you up. But then we move on to the next fight, and that was Tom Aspinall versus Jake Collier. We had both picked Tom Aspinall to win. We just figured Jake Collier was fighting down at 85, and he's up at heavyweight now. You know, I get that there's been all his other past stuff that's gone on.
3 years off.
Yeah, the 3 years off, the injuries, and all that stuff that he's been dealing with. But
weighed in at 264.
Talking about getting ready to go back down to 205. And Tom Aspinall honestly finished him real fast. It wasn't a problem. It was like 45 seconds into it. Tom Aspinall drops him, puts him out. Not much else to say about it.
It was a really good finish. I did see that fight. You know, Aspinall hit him with like a body shot or like a knee to the body, and then Collier lowered his hands a little bit, and Aspinall just came in with a nice 1-2 and dropped him.
Yeah, and
that's all she wrote.
And that was it. And that was it.
I mean, it went exactly how we kind of thought it was going to go.
So we both picked first round knockout on it, and it literally went pretty much just how we thought it would go. So that puts us at 5-1 each, and we each have 4 perfect picks.
At this point, yeah.
And you're still ahead by 25 points. Then we move on to the Jesse Runson versus Nicholas Dalby fight. I had picked Dalby to win by KO, and you had picked Dalby to win by decision.
Now, I saw this fight, and this one was pretty quick. Runson looked pretty good, dude.
Yeah.
I think it all started, like, they looked pretty even to start the round out. And then Runson caught Dalby. Yep. And he dropped him. And
it's like we were talking about on our pre-fight show, though. Like, he's got these sneaky, dangerous hands. Like, you don't really see, like, it's deceptive.
It is.
And so, you know, it was like we talked about, and it ended up playing out on the fight.
Yeah. So he dropped him, got on top, and was trying to pound him out for that KO finish, but Dalby looked tough, and he was able to defend and get back up a little bit, and tried to get back up anyway, and then Runson ended up choking him out with a submission. Yeah. So round 1 sub, props up to Runson.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you know, Runson got it right there, so that puts us at 5-2 each, still with our 4 perfect picks there. Yep. And then we move on to the next one, and this was the last one on the undercard there, and this was Francisco Trinaldo versus Jai Herbert.
And this was a close fight. This was kind of back and forth. I mean, on the feet, it looked like Herbert actually had the edge there on the feet. He busted up Trinaldo a little bit, but Trinaldo was able to get it to the ground and control Herbert on the ground for a little bit there too. Yep. So it kind of went back and forth, and anyway, it looked like he rocked him a few times there throughout the second and third rounds. So, but I mean, that's the way it goes, and that's another loss for us. Congrats to the ageless wonder there in Francisco Trinaldo.
Yeah, I know, right? We talked about it.
42 years old almost next month.
And you know, we had talked about how hard it was to pick his fights.
It is, and I said I've never got it right. I've never got a Trinaldo fight right.
And when you said that, and I was thinking the same thing to myself, I was like, man, I need to change my pick. And I almost did, but I stuck with, okay, so...
and it holds true every time. We can't get the damn Trinaldo fights right, dude, for some reason.
No, we can't. We can't. All right, so we're about to start the next one here. This one's Khamzat Chimaev versus Reese McKee. This is the first one. McKee. This is the first one on the main card here. I'm really excited about this guy.
Khamzat just looks like the next Khabib at 170, 185 there.
And he even sounds like him, right? Dude. So after his last fight and his post-fight talk,
look at him. He looks savage.
He says, let me fight. I'm ready to fight next week. I will smash this guy.
Yeah.
Just like Khabib.
Yeah.
It's a mindset, just like Khabib.
It's a mindset. And you know what? I was really surprised by McKee. I thought him coming up from 155 and stuff, you know, and Khamzat fighting at 185 just a week ago was going to be the much bigger guy. He did not look much bigger at all.
But 170 might be Khamzat's actual weight class, and it's very possible he could have bumped up to 85 for a short notice fight, and he was like, you know, all right, let's do it.
Yeah, so here we go.
So round 1 starts.
Khamzat instantly throws that right to Fake and then just picks McKee up.
Lifts him in the air.
He's walking him around the cage.
He's carrying him to his own corner.
That's so smart, dude. That fight IQ.
Look at that. His corner's right there.
That was insane fight IQ. He picked him up and carried him across the cage.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh, my God. And we both picked, you got Chimaev by decision? You didn't think he was gonna put him
why
away?
is that on decision? I thought. No. I did say decision.
You did say decision?
I did say decision.
Okay, see, I've got Chimaev by submission round 1. Let's go, baby.
That was a mistake saying decision on that one. I don't know why I said
Based
decision
off what
on
you
that.
just saw there, he just picked him up and walked him
Or
across the cage.
No, I said round 2, didn't I?
I don't remember. We'll have to go back and look.
I'm pretty sure I said round 2 because I said he's going to punish him. And
but right here it says you got decision.
Yeah, I said round 2. That pisses me off. And I know for a fact I said round 2 because I said it's going to be exactly like the last one. He's going to take him down. He's going to punish him for the first round. And then when he decides he's ready to submit him, he's going to submit him.
I remember in our show you did say that because you said...
That frustrates me.
So, I mean, we'll credit that. I mean, if he gets it in round 2, we got to credit that.
No,
that's crazy.
Nope, scores on there matter. That's all that matters. So
well,
I
the
don't
score
care.
on there is going to stay the same.
But
that's still a win in our book.
Yeah. Okay, we'll say that, yeah.
He's going to get the back here in just a second. He's got McKee turned over. McKee's giving up the back. There, he's transitioning to the back. Here we go. Is McKee already... Ooh.
He's covering. He's
just giving up punches. McKee,
they're going to TKO. That's going to be a TKO.
No,
McKee's going to have to move if he wants to. If he wants to keep alive.
Oh, McKee was smart right there. Oh no, here he goes. Here's a. Oh, come on, give it to me, baby. I need this perfect. Mikey, pass me. I got to get it.
Come on, Chimaev.
Come on, Chimaev. Let's get this. We got 3 minutes. Oh my God, 3 minutes.
That's it. That's going to be it.
That's
though.
it.
Oh no, wait.
He could have cranked that.
If he wanted to.
McKee, he has no idea what to do with him on top. He's just flailing.
You know, it's so funny because I feel like
those elbows.
We've seen this 100 times now with Khabib.
This is going to stop soon. This ref ain't going to let this go soon. Oh my God.
It reminds me of Michael Johnson versus Khabib. That's what this looks like.
Kind of, but Michael Johnson actually wobbled Khabib in that first
round.
Yeah,
but look at what he's doing to him on the ground.
I know, he's just
It
punching.
just reminds me.
He can't take this much more. The ref's going to stop it.
Stop it, ref. He ain't getting out of that.
Get that. Oh, that arm's under. Come on, Chimaev. Let me get that.
Oh, look at those elbows.
That's what I mean, these elbows. They're to the arm.
His arm is trapped there. That's not intelligent defense there.
No, he's holding that. That's wrist control.
They need to stop calling that.
That's beautiful.
They need to stop calling that a Dagestani handcuff though, because that's not what it is. It's wrist control. It's basic wrist control.
It's wrist control.
That's all it is. It's basic wrestling wrist control.
But this has got to stop. He's got him flattened out.
I don't like these refs.
Oh, get that! You got that! Come on, give me the sub, Chimaev.
Okay, just stop it. He's not getting up.
No, this is bad. Stop it. It's over.
Jesus.
It's over. Come on.
Are you kidding me?
He's not out, but he's not doing anything. He can't. Thank you. Okay, round 1 TKO to Chimaev.
Nice job, Chimaev. Nice job.
Dude, this guy is going to be a future champ.
Yeah, he is.
Future fucking champ right there.
Gosh.
Khamzat Chimaev. Oh, my God.
Wow.
I think he wanted the TKO victory.
He takes 170. Khabib won't move up to 170 if he takes the belt.
No.
You know? But that would be crazy. No, I don't want to see those two fight each other. I want to see these I want to see these Dagestani monsters take up as many weight classes and belts as they can.
I don't know.
And then if you want to say, all right, they don't have anybody else to fight, make them fight each other.
Well, they're not the same team.
Well, they're 170, 170, or 155.
I mean, and Khabib's a big 155er. I think he wanted the TKO finish because he said he's going to smash him. And he had so many points there where he could have just choked him out.
Yeah.
And didn't watch it. He had his arm under.
That's what I was telling you.
And then he's like, nah, I don't feel like doing it. And he just
That's what I'm saying. Like, he just likes it looks like when I watch him fight.
He's toying with these guys.
He just beats the hell out of him until he's ready to finish it.
He is toying with these guys.
Yeah.
This is crazy. He's leagues above these guys. He's not a prospect.
No, he's a contender.
He is a title contender right now. I'm saying that.
He is a contender.
You could put him against anybody in the top 5 at 170 right now.
I mean, you got to think, like, Reese McKee, he was a Cage Warriors champion, right? And
he's not a bad fighter.
With Cage Warriors, they've been producing a lot of top-level guys that are coming out and competing with the top guys. And, like I said on our Pick'em show, like, I really, really, liked what I saw from Reese McKee. I just didn't think it was going to be enough against a monster like Chimaev.
Oh, and he is a fucking monster. Oh, my God, dude.
I know.
The UFC has a star right there.
Yes, they do. Right now, we got Cowboy Oliveira.
Here we go. Oliveira.
Versus Peter Sabota. This is going to be fun. This is going to be exciting. I'm excited about this one.
Yeah, man. So how do we have this fight going? What did you pick?
So let me pull it back up.
I know, I've got Cowboy.
I picked Sabota. I thought you picked Sabota
Nope,
as well.
I've got Cowboy, baby. I'm pretty sure I got Cowboy by knockout round 2.
Oh, you might have picked Cowboy, but let me see.
Nope, I've got Cowboy by decision. Okay, not knockout round 2.
Yeah, so
I pick a lot of people by knockout round 2.
I got Sabata by decision. I pick a lot of people by decision.
So you've got decision, I've got decision, but you got Sabata and I got Cowboy. For me, Sabata, he looks good in there right now. Like, he looks in shape. He looks solid. There's too many question marks with a 2-year layoff, you know. Look at Collier with 3-year layoff. And look at how he
but,
looks.
you know, the difference was Collier was going up, like, what? Pretty much 4 weight classes, we'll say.
Something. He went from fucking middleweight all the way up to
He doubled his weight.
Dude.
He doubled his weight.
He went from Rey Mysterio to Andre the Giant.
I mean, think about it. What if you're 185 and you double that? That's what?
Good kicks from Sabata.
What is that? 270, right?
Yeah.
He weighed in at 264. He literally almost doubled his weight.
Ooh, good kick to the body by Oliveira.
Gosh,
you know what? He might have been over 265 and had to cut a little weight to get down.
We
don't know.
It's possible. It's possible.
I mean 265 is the limit.
You know, it's hard to pick somebody when they're literally carrying almost double their weight.
Dude, it's weird. I don't know. And we've seen, you know what's crazy though, is with as bad as shape he looked, we've seen heavyweights that looked way worse.
Way worse. Way worse. Yeah, you know, it's unfortunate though because he was fun to watch in his younger days.
Dude, this one's crazy. They're just trading kicks to the body, man.
Yeah, they are.
I kind of like it, but I don't think Sabata wants to sit here and trade kicks with Oliveira all day.
No, Sabata's trying to stay on the outside. You've got Oliveira trying to control the center there, working some good kicks. Both of them are really only striking with the kicks.
By Sabata. His
Sabata
striking looks better than it used to. And maybe that's what he's been doing for the last 2 years, is working on his striking.
Well, we'll find out. We'll see. He looks good. He looks loose.
Look, Dan Hardy. Oh, they're trading kick for kick to the body. Yeah, I already said that, Dan. Thanks.
I don't really like the Dan Hardy, Paul Felder mix.
I like Paul Felder, but Dan Hardy.
With Dan Hardy in there, they're getting off task. Like us, we're not professional. We know this. It ain't our fucking job.
We get off task a lot. We get off task.
This isn't our job. We're having fun drinking beer and putting content out and having fun doing it, right? Like, we literally get paid $0 for this.
And we've been wanting to do this for years.
They're out there getting paid to do it, and some of it's not very professional. It's like, you know, okay, your funny joke stuff, but it's like when you're over there and you're like, oh, I just reached over and touched John's arm to let him know I'm here. Who the fuck cares?
No one needs to know that.
Like, what?
Dude, Michael Bisping, though. I love Michael Bisping, man.
Michael Bisping's funny because he talks shit. He's so funny.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit, dude. He talks so much shit.
He always talks shit. He's having a great time every time he's doing it, too. And he'll be open and honest with you about what's going on. No, you're wrong, Dan. And he'll go right into his own thing.
Yeah, he's not even going to be like, you know how Joe Rogan subtly does it, like on live? Yep. Like, he'll subtly be like, well, I disagree. And Michael's like, nah, you're wrong.
I don't know what you're looking at. You're crazy, mate. Although I think Australians say mate. Maybe English say mate,
I think they say mate, too. I don't know. Bloody hell.
This is a good fight. Still much of the same.
I don't know who I would give it to at this point because they're both just doing the same thing.
At this point, it's a draw. They're both literally exchanging kicks. Yeah. Nobody's landed like a super effective kick.
Look at Oliveira's left knee just above it. It looks like he ate one really good to there. I can't tell if that's just a tan line or what because his legs turn kind of white from the knee up. But right there, it looks like it's a little red above the knee.
It is definitely a little red. I don't know if it's affecting him, though. Look at the way he's moving.
No, it doesn't look like it's affecting him at all. But
gosh,
they're both just bouncing around and kicking each other.
And they're standing in the center, both of them right now.
I did not think Sabata was going to come out throwing kicks like this.
Just standing in the center right here. Boom.
See, they just keep doing the same shit. This is crazy.
Yeah, yes, Oliveira does look massive, yes.
Is that what Dan just said?
I'm assuming about his limbs and his arms and how much bigger they look. Yes, they're bigger. They're thicker. That right arm? Yes, it's staying...
What are they talking about?
They're talking about an opening now.
I know, but oh my god.
That may have broken his forearm.
Broken his hand.
So they think that he broke his arm.
That's crazy.
They think that there's something wrong with Oliveira's arm.
His right arm?
Yep.
It's possible.
I don't know. I think that he's just trying to load it up. It looks to me like he's just trying to load it up. It's possible it's hurt, but it looked to me like he was just trying to load it up.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't look like he threw anything.
I'm kind of curious what they say in the corner right now.
Yeah.
Oh, you fuckers.
It's commercial. Pause it. I just grabbed your phone to log in on mine. I'm like, I need to look, see how I'm doing. Let's take a look at our current standings right now while we're waiting for this fight to get back.
Oh, we're already back, but hold on. I'm hearing that B again. It's like 1B.
Is that a B?
Yeah, that's that one that was in here.
There ain't no way that thing's still alive.
It's stuck up there somewhere. There's only one of them.
Yeah, there's no way that thing's still alive. That's been days.
It's still there.
He's gone days without food or water or anything.
Unless he's got something built up there.
Maybe.
I'm a little bit nervous to get up there and start
We
spraying.
lost him, remember? We had a guy join our group and then leave, then join it again and then leave again. I don't know what the fuck he was doing.
Trying to figure out what he's doing.
But, alright. Ooh.
All right, so right now we're in between rounds. We're getting ready to go back into round 2 of Oliveira versus
Okay.
Peter Sabata.
We can't talk about it because that means Sabata won.
What?
And it looks like Sabata won to me.
I had Sabata picked.
Well, how do we both have 6 then?
Because we also have the
that
fight
was
right
our
before that. We have the Chimaev fight. That was our 5th win. Or that was our 6th win.
Was it?
Yeah, because look. That's
Oh,
1,
then this one's not over.
2, 3, 4,
JG.
5.
Mom has 8.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say that and you interrupted me. All right, so before we...
That's fucking wild.
I know.
Redo. All right, good.
All right, you guys, before we get back into this fight right now, we're in between, it's a commercial break, and we want to let you guys know what's going on with the group right now as far as the standings go. It's kind of crazy. Our contest winner,
JGH, 1967.
1967, she's sitting in first place right now with 8 correct picks, 3 decision perfects, and 1 actual perfect, and 2 semi-perfects. She has 555 points. And she's followed closely behind Bueno Knight, who has 525 points. He has 7 correct picks, 3 decision perfects, and 2 perfects.
Last week's winner, Lucas Ross, is currently sitting in 3rd with 7 wins.
7 wins right there. He's got 3 decision perfects and no actual perfects and 3 semi-perfects.
So between first and last place right now, we're looking at only 3 fight difference.
This is crazy.
8 picks for the person in first and only 5 for the person in last. We got ourselves a close week. One fight can change these standings drastically right now.
Everything right now.
This is crazy.
And ultimately, a decision, a submission, the round, all of the little things right now can change everything.
Yeah, this is wild.
You know, if you're a person who gets a perfect versus someone who gets a semi-perfect, if JGH gets a semi-perfect and Bueno Knights gets a perfect, they tie for first.
Yeah.
You know, if JGH only gets the win and Bueno Knights gets a perfect, he takes the lead.
Yeah.
So
well,
it's super close.
She is up 25 points.
25 points. So that's why if she
she's up 30
she's
points.
Up 20.
30 points.
That's 30 points, yeah.
So she'll stay in the lead.
We'll see what happens here. Let's see. Oh, we're about to start.
All right, let's go. Let's get
ready.
back into this. Here we go. Oliveira throwing a little like a switch kick there, kind of. Okay, here's where it is. So this is what I thought.
Sabata shoots in.
Oh,
Oliveira's
those
got wicked elbows.
So this is what I thought was going to happen in the first round.
Do you remember when I got elbowed like that?
Yeah. So I thought Sabata was going to take this to the ground. Mm-hmm. And it looks like finally here's where we're going to see him try to do that. Because Sabata is a Dean Lister black belt, right? Is that?
Yep, Dean Lister black belt.
And then we know Oliveira is only a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. Now there is levels to it, obviously. He could be a blue belt. I don't know who he's under, but
and he could be a guy that trains mostly in a gi.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm technically still a white belt.
Technically.
But I've beaten people who are blue belts and purple belts and other stuff.
Well, even
but
then, if you look,
trained mostly in a gi.
Who was it that Mike Pierce tapped out a guy who was a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt at 170 pounds. Mike Pierce tapped him out with, I think it was like a straight arm bar.
Oh, I don't know.
It was like a straight, like he had just an arm bar. It was weird.
I don't know. I don't remember. I'll have to look it up, but I don't remember it.
I remember because he was talking bad about Brazilians the whole time. It was funny.
Well, Mike Pierce was doing that a lot.
Because you remember Chael started it, and then Mike Pierce came in and started doing it too. And so they had that whole Oregon, Washington, Pacific Northwest attitude where they were talking shit about Brazilians at that time. And then Mike Pierce got thrown in against the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt and tapped him out.
Gosh, I don't remember which one that was.
Dude,
I don't know. I'll have to look it up.
Pull that up real quick.
I'm watching the fight. This is a good fight right now.
Good one.
Like, these guys are exchanging punches and standing in the center and going.
Sabata's nose a little bit red there.
Sabata's nose is a little bit red, but so is Oliveira's. Oliveira's got a little bit of blood, it looks like, coming out of it. Either that or it's just his stash. Actually, Sabata's
he's really
bleeding.
bloody.
He's got a cut on the top of the head. It looks like.
Ooh.
It looks
I
like
don't
it's
know.
like
That was like right at the belt. Hold on.
See what happens with that heel. Oh yeah, that one in.
Yeah, the palm
heel,
of the toe.
That it was like.
It's like the ball of the
pad
foot.
right here.
Yeah, the ball of
and
your
then the heel
foot.
up the cup. The toes missed, but the rest drug the cup
Yeah,
up.
the toes went right into the gut.
That cut looks like it's right on the top of his head though, so he must have got hit by an illegal
those elbows,
strike there.
I don't know. I think those elbows might have got it.
That's right up there. That's like dead center in the middle of the head, like, and you're not allowed to hit right up here, and it looks like it's coming from right there. But
That's
you know what? Whatever though, he's fine. He seems to be okay.
And it's not bleeding profusely to where it looks like it's going to cause problems yet.
Well, no, but it is running down in front of his face and down his eye.
Yeah. Ooh,
and
good left
even though
by
it's
Oliveira.
not on the face, they may say
Good
his
body
vision's
kick by
impaired
Oliveira.
because of it.
Come on, baby. So we're in round 2, 2 minutes left.
Ooh.
God, Oliveira's kickboxing just looks so great.
It's fun to watch him fight.
He's so fun, man. And it's like I was saying,
definitely
I
fun.
wasn't really a fan of his because of his nickname before, but after that Cowboy versus Cowboy fight, I became a fan.
Everybody became a fan.
You had to. How could you not?
It fits him perfectly. It's his lifestyle. It's everything he does.
And when he had Cowboy's blessing, it's like, okay, you got to give it to him.
Yeah.
It's like, how many pit bulls are there in MMA, dude? You got Andre Pitbull Arlovsky.
Yeah.
You got
Thiago
Patrick.
Pitbull, was it Alves?
Thiago Alves. You got Patrick Fiere.
Yeah.
But he's over in Bellator, so he can run the Pitbull thing over there.
I mean, you're gonna recycle names. How many Sugars are there? Now there's a Sugar Rashad Evans.
Sugar Rashad Evans, but he ain't fighting anymore. So we have Sugar
Shane Mosley.
Sugar Shane Mosley in
That's
boxing.
Fuck. Sugar Sean O'Malley. See, there's so many Sugars.
I knew you were getting to it.
The one that I was trying to get to.
I thought you were getting to it that way because I thought you were saying you had Evans.
I was trying to get to it.
Then you had
you had Mosley, you had Evans.
But you had I think that works.
You had
because,
Sugar Ray Leonard.
Because if you look at Sugar Ray Leonard, he's in boxing and he's retired. You look at Sugar Rashad Evans, he's retired. So now Sean O'Malley, he's carrying the name. Yeah. I think you could do that. But when you have like multiple people fighting at the same time with the same nickname, it's so weird.
Wait, what just happened?
Looks like an eye poke.
He poked him in the eye now. So he's kicked him in the nuts, and now he poked him in the eye.
That one, the nut shot, I wasn't blatant though. I think that was kind of just a slight miss.
I don't think either of them were blatant. This is right here is just an open palm.
Yeah, you can't do that. That's what they tell you though. Keep your fingers in.
So that should be a point because they've made a huge emphasis on that.
Yeah.
Like, that's not an accident at that point. Once, like, over the last couple of years, it has been an emphasis.
But they haven't been taking points away yet.
No, but if it's going to, ultimately, they need to start doing that. If we're going to...
And look at Michael Bisping. If this can happen, that motherfucker lost an eye because of it.
Yeah, but if
and nobody knew.
I mean, the truth of the matter is, if we're going to make an emphasis of the gloves, and you need to make sure your hands are closed, you need to punish the fighters for it if they do it. Right? I mean, John Jones, I'm a John Jones fan.
He's notorious for
it. And everybody knows. And they talk about it, like, you're going to get poked in the eye probably against him.
Everyone preps for getting poked in the eye.
Yeah, but so they talk about this rule to make sure that it doesn't happen. And they put an extra emphasis on it because it was happening a lot. All right, now we're going to put an extra emphasis on it. We need to treat it as so when we're judging it.
Especially when you get the accidental shit, but I mean...
Yeah, but it's an accident or not. It's accident or not. When you come in with an open palm, they tell you, don't come in with an open palm.
Yeah.
Close your fingers. So that's a rule right there. That's a rule violation. Basically, you're getting a ticket if you get a point taken away.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. They should probably start doing it, but they need to announce that they're going to start doing it and actually enforce it.
Yeah, or as an individual company, they could say, hey, we're going to fine people for doing that.
I mean, they could, start finding people.
This is the rule. The rule says your gloves have to be closed. If your hands have to be closed when you're reaching for the face or when you're putting your hands in the face.
Yeah.
I mean, because if you're gonna come around the head with an open hand, okay, whatever. You're gonna slap somebody, okay, whatever.
You're dancing around, switching. Oh!
Dropped him.
Did you see? So right when I said it, he's sitting there dancing around, doing that little okey doke bait. Come on in, baby. And then Sabata obliged, and he just got laid the fuck out.
Saved by the round.
He was saved by the round.
Poor Sabata, though, he got kicked in the nuts in that round and poked in the eye in that round.
Still an Oliveira round.
Still an Oliveira round.
So that one's an Oliveira round. First round was really, really close.
First round was really close. You could probably call it a draw because nobody really took advantage of it.
Yeah, I mean, you can go 10-10 or 10-9 either guy. I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, if you're on a 10-9 must system, you have to pick a winner. I don't know who you're going to pick. Throw a name in a hat, pull it out, call it good.
Something, but that was an Oliveira round.
That second round Oliveira
Especially
round.
with the knockdown at the end.
Yep.
I mean, it was one of those ones where they were kind of close,
but that's why they should have taken the point for the glove.
So,
or for the eye poke. At that point, it's the second infraction. They've made an extra emphasis. Like, I'm talking infraction because they had the nut kick right before that.
But that one was incidental too.
Yes, they're both incidental. But even then, if I get pulled over for driving and I'm accidentally changing lanes without signaling, I could still get a ticket for it.
That's a little bit different.
No, I'm just saying. As far as are we going to follow the rules, or are we not going to follow the rules?
Well, yeah, but you can't just enforce it on one fight. You have to announce it and start enforcing it from a set deadline.
You have to, as a commission, make it a point of emphasis, which they did with the eye pokes.
Well, the UFC is the commission overseeing this one, because this is Fight Island 3, baby.
Exactly my point.
And so if they're going to do it, they have... Oh, shit!
Good kick!
God damn, Oliveira.
Good kick. He kicked him right in the head. It was a right head kick.
But my thing is they can't just start taking a point from this guy because he did it. They have to say it before the card starts and apply it to every fighter.
Well, I mean, I feel like they've done that when they make a point of emphasis every single fight to
but
keep
they've
your
not taken
closed.
Points yet.
It depends, though. It just depends on how blatant the offense is. Remember, we had
Exactly.
We had a card a couple. What was it? The knee. Was it 2 weeks ago or last week?
Oliveira twisted that one up, reversed it, and stood back up.
Was it last week or the week before that? With the knee to the ground? Are you just gonna ignore me?
Hold on. He looked like he kicked him in the dick when he was on the ground.
Did, but you're trying to get off my point.
No, now go ahead.
You're trying to get off my point.
You said there was a card last week.
Yes, a couple weeks ago. We all know that knees to a downed opponent even is illegal, whether accidental or not, right?
Right.
And in that one, because of how blatant it was, they did 2 points. Now, if it wasn't so blatant, they probably only would have done 1 point, even though it would have been accidental.
Right.
So with that eye poke being accidental, the fact that he'd already been kicked in the nuts beforehand, like and the fact that the UFC has come out with their own statistics saying that you're likely to lose your fight if you come back to fight after getting kicked in the nuts. Like, your chances of of winning a fight after getting kicked in the nuts is like about 10% according to the UFC. So he's been kicked in the nuts, he's been poked in the eye, he loses the round. Is that fair?
I mean, it's still fair based off the way they've been enforcing it. You
fair?
You can't pick and choose.
It's
got to be consistent.
And that's why I'm saying they just had with the knee.
But a knee's not an eye poke.
No, but it's still an illegal technique.
It's just
that's why they did 2 points and not 1 point.
Everything, exactly. You got to prove blatancy and you got to.
That's why it was 2 points. And that's why it was 2 points.
A knee's gonna finish that shit.
You don't think that getting poked in the eye can? Look what you talked about, Michael Bisping.
How often do they do it, though?
Look what happened with Michael Bisping. Look at what happened with the guys that get kicked in the nuts and the fact that the UFC had to come out and make a statement about it, that it's going to change your fight, that you don't have to come back and fight right away because your chances of winning are almost none if you come back from a nut kick.
Okay, but how often do they stop a fight from a nut kick or an eye poke?
You get poked in the eye, you get kicked in the nuts in the same round, and the guy doesn't get taken away even 1 point?
Not for
even 1 point?
Shit.
Even if it is incidental, it's still a rule. It's just like if I'm in wrestling, the rule says don't lock hands.
My point is you can't just enforce it on one fight.
I'm not saying enforce it on one fight. I'm saying enforce it on all of them.
That's what I said.
But you're stuck on just this one thing. I'm saying overall, that should be a point taken away. You're saying, well, no, we can't do
saying it shouldn't be because they're not enforcing it.
I'm saying they just did it for a knee fucking like a week ago, so it's the same fucking thing. It's an illegal technique. That's what it is. It's an illegal technique that has the ability to impact the rest of the fight. So yes, you do have to punish him for it.
And since then, though, you've seen multiple nut kicks and multiple eye pokes with no points taken away.
After a nut kick? Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. An eye poke after a nut kick, it's ridiculous getting kicked in the nuts twice. If you get kicked in the nuts twice, they should take a point from you even if they warned you the first time. So the second infraction there, regardless of what the first infraction was, should matter. Like if I was locking hands, God damn, I'm sweating a lot.
But you are sweating hands because you're going overboard right now.
I'm locking hands in wrestling the first time, they warned me. The second time, they're going to fucking take a point away. Right? Either way. But you got 2 different infractions there. They should have fucking taken a point away from him because it impacts the fight, whether you want to think it does or doesn't. A nut kick and eye poke both impact the fight. The stats show it.
Either way, neither one was warranted of a point deduction.
That was warranted because it was a second offense.
Neither one. They were both super minor.
And obviously, looking at Sabata's head, he got elbowed on the top of the head or hit on the top of the head too with another illegal strike. So he's been nothing but taking a bunch of dirty ass shit from Oliveira, who I actually like as a fighter, but he's had a dirty fight this fight.
Let's see. He's only had 2 things. We don't know what happened with that head thing, so we'll have to find that out.
I mean, it's pretty obvious that it's on the top of the head.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
It's an illegal spot to strike. once again, another reason that that's illegal is because of...
Yeah, but if he fucking... If Oliveira's throwing an elbow or something and then he ducks into the elbow, that's not Oliveira's fault.
No, and that's true. And that is
true. So, I
true.
mean, we don't know what happened at that point.
That is true.
So we can't say it's an infraction.
It looks pretty obvious to me that Oliveira's had a bad, dirty fight.
He had 2 things that were really super minor.
They
But
were
right
both
now,
dirty.
he's still
Both
up.
dirty. He's definitely up in the fight.
This is another Oliveira round, so that's at least 2-0. Could be 3-0, could be 29-28.
It's likely 3-0. It's likely 3-0 for Oliveira.
But I've got to at least admit, like, that first round was too close. Neither guy really separated themselves in the first round.
No,
so
but
for me,
the only problem is Oliveira.
You have to go 29.
Oliveira controlled the center.
You have to go 10-point must.
So
based on those rules,
octagon control is a big thing. We talked about circling versus
they
controlling
almost
the center.
never give 10-10s.
No, but
based off that.
we talked about octagon control being important, whether it's circling on the outside or controlling the center. They were both fucking doing the same exact thing. Sabata was circling on the inside. At that point, I would say you would have to give the control to the person who is controlling the center, because of that, standing your ground versus Sabata running away.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is...
Are you pausing?
Well,
are you dripping sweat?
Dude, I am literally...
Put a fucking hat on. That's why I wear hats. So that I don't sweat like that. Jesus Christ.
I was just like, why the fuck?
Because you were getting heated about the point being taken away.
I was. God fucking damn.
You can see the blood dripping in your sweat.
I was like, why am I sweating so much?
Jesus fucking Christ, I look so fat on here. I look like I got boobies. Jesus fuck. Ooh, that one looks good, dude. Oh, God. Woo, look at them things.
Oh,
nipping
man.
out and shit.
All right, so...
Ooh.
We're pretty sure this is going to Oliveira.
It's got to be an Oliveira fight, or an Oliveira decision, which I believe is what I had picked.
You did have...
And you had Sabata?
You had Sabata.
I mean, I gave Oliveira the last 2 rounds. So at least that's got to be at minimum an Oliveira decision, minimum 29-28. Could be 30-27. Like I said, we don't know. That first round was close.
You had Oliveira decision. It's going to be an Oliveira decision.
Should be.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I was saying. I thought that Sabata lost the second round.
And the
third round. Which is the whole reason I was arguing the points in the first place.
Well, it depends on what they gave him in the first round, too. If they scored it for Oliveira in the first round and they didn't take a point, that could be, something that could have been ended up a draw. Because it would have been a 9-9 round.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, we'll see. But my whole issue is with the UFC, and they're the commission right now. They need to be consistent. That's my issue.
Well, you're never going to have 100% consistency when you have refs with their own individual opinions. It's just like we talk about with fights being stopped early and fights being stopped late.
Right, but you can enforce. You can say if there's a nut kick, boom, automatic point.
Automatic.
If there's an eye poke, boom, automatic point.
And they should.
You could do that.
And they
should.
Could. They absolutely should. There should not be a ref's discretion on it. It shouldn't matter. The only thing that should be a ref's discretion is how blatant is the foul.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're
and then you could decide between 1 and 2 points.
Yes. And that would be fine. But yes, automatically, I don't care how blatant it is. It impacts the fight. So they should take a point no matter what.
Yeah. I mean, there's data to show that it does impact the fight.
The UFC talks about it themselves.
So
Dana White talks about it
my whole
himself.
issue, like when we were doing that discussion, is you can't just enforce it on this fight because that is inconsistent, and it's got to be consistent. And these were not even the worst. We've seen so many worse eye pokes and so many worse nut shots.
We've seen plenty of worse eye pokes.
Like his toes, the initial impact was to the gut, but the ball of the foot, this part of your foot, the ball of the foot, went into the cup. So it's one of those things, which is probably the part that hurt worse.
Yeah,
because the ball of the foot's more solid.
Well, it just drives that cup right up into him, right?
Yeah.
So it just makes it that much worse.
But yeah, I mean, I agree. They need to do something because we keep seeing that. And after the whole Michael Bisping incident, like...
Well, yeah, and my biggest thing is, like, they've made their point of emphasis. If you're going to make that a point of emphasis, just like, especially with the fingers. With the nuts, they came out with their own statistics on it about what happens to guys who get kicks in the nuts. They've had to make rule changes about you can't come in with your fingers open like that. They've put it as a point of emphasis.
We got the decision coming up.
All right, here we go. No, wait. Did we miss the decision?
Then we must have. Can you rewind it?
I mean, I can rewind it, but you know what I'll do?
We must have missed it.
I'll just refresh this. Oliveira by decision.
There you go, baby. I want to see the scorecards.
I don't know how
though.
we missed. Probably just arguing about stupid stuff. JGH what does that say? JGH 1967 1967 is still in first place with 9
correct picks out of 15 so far.
Nice job.
And how many do we have left? We still have 5 fights left, don't we?
We still got a lot left.
Because there's 7 on the main card. That was 2.
Well, we got 6 left because there's 15 total. If 9 have finished,
there's 15 total.
Yeah, 15. If 9 have finished, that means
no,
6
10
left.
have finished because there's 7 main card fights.
Yes.
The Chimaev was the first one. The Oliveira was the second one. So there's only 5 fights left.
Hey, Paul Craig looks in shape,
dude.
Man.
So I text Jake earlier today, and I said, I've got the weirdest feeling Paul Craig is gonna pull this out.
I feel like I'm not doing that bad on the card, and I'm sitting in last place right now.
No, dude, you're 6 out of 10 right now.
Yeah.
That's not a bad night so far. With 5 left.
No. Yeah.
You could finish 11 of 15 and still be in last place at this point.
Yeah.
That's fucking wicked.
I mean, I'm only 5 points into last place right now, but you know it is what it is. All right, here we go. I'm regretting my pick right now. Looking at him, Paul Craig looks like he's in much better shape.
He looks like, dude, and I told you, I had this feeling that Paul Craig was going to take this
Yeah, we
fight.
were talking about this. You were about to say that. We talked about this.
Dude, it was weird. Like, I texted you earlier today, and I'm like, dude, I've been thinking that, like, I've been having this weird feeling that Paul Craig is going to take this fight. I should have changed my pick.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, me too.
But we're locked in. But let's see what happens. Okay, here he is. He's in the blitz.
This is where Antigulov needs to be.
We knew Antigulov was going to try to take this down. Paul Craig's already goes for the guillotine. But
that was
too
easy to take down.
It's out.
This Antigulov took him down way too
But that's what I was looking at, is Antigulov's going to get it down. And Paul Craig's comfortable off his back, though.
He's comfortable everywhere.
He is. And his striking has gotten better, like we mentioned.
Yeah, you know who he looks like to me, though? He looks like Wolverine.
A little bit. He's kind of got that look going on.
He reminds me of him. From specifically the movie Wolverine.
So what did I pick here? So I said I got Antigulov knockout round 1. The only reason I figured that is I figured Craig would actually be able to keep it standing a little bit or get back to his feet. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen based off what we're seeing.
He's looking confused.
Oh, he's going for a triangle.
He's not going to get it. It's too loose.
He's too loose right now.
But he could switch to an armbar on that, and he's transitioning
going
on
for
the
a
leg.
knee?
Oh, he might. Oh, stop it. I guess, yeah, you're not supposed to put your toes in the cage. But
yeah,
whatever.
he did. He grabbed the cage.
I can't stand
that. But he's got a triangle a little bit if he can get his ankle down. Because he's trying to pull it in.
It's way too loose.
It's loose right now.
Antigulov is not defending right at all.
He doesn't even care.
He's just going to get himself.
Which is weird.
This is it.
That's it. Oh my God, armbar.
He
triangle.
He got pulled across.
There's the
armbar.
Antigulov doesn't give a shit, dude. What the fuck?
He's just trying
now it's locked. See, he pulled the ankle in.
It's still too loose. Still too loose. You gotta close
that
space
off. He needs to get that ankle down.
He grabbed at the toe. When you grab to pull that triangle in, you want to grab up by your ankle and not at your toe.
Yeah, he still needs to. Ooh, now he's got that leg in.
Antigulov has no way.
He's going to get choked out.
He tapped out.
That's it. Paul Craig. I told you I should have changed my pick.
He tapped out.
I told you Paul Craig was comfortable off the back, but he's bloody. Look at Antigulov's damage. Damn, I thought Antigulov was going to put it away, man, with those blitzes. And he almost did because Craig was taking some damage there.
Antigulov really needs to figure out some basic submission defense.
Which is weird for a guy with 15 submission wins.
That was, I mean, that was bad. You can't defend against a triangle.
He should have pulled out.
I mean,
a lot of people should have pulled out too, by the way.
That was a, gosh, yeah, that's Antigulov, man, that was... I'm embarrassed by you for being such a respected.
You knew he was getting that triangle. He had his feet there the whole time. All you had to do is slide down, and you just let him have it.
And all he did was try to smash.
No, yeah, he went Hulk smash on him. He didn't try to defend. Didn't try to do anything.
But I mean, this is white belt defense stuff right here. This is basic.
See, at this point right here, he could have pulled out before he locked that up.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of positional things he could have done, but he did none of them. He never ever tried to work his arm out. He never ever tried to get his head out. He never tried to create space. He didn't do anything.
I did not think that we would see a guy with that many submissions getting played like that on the ground.
Yeah.
He looked like an amateur on the ground.
Paul Craig, good job, bud. Great job, Bear Jew.
God damn it, dude. I'm so pissed because I knew I should have picked him.
We knew it, too.
I just had this inkling. I don't know what it is.
We knew it.
The last couple days, and I can show you guys the text messages that I sent to Jake before we got here. I was like, dude, I really feel like Craig's going to take this. I think we made a mistake.
Yeah. That's what we talked about.
And you know what? Looks like Bearju came through and did it.
I wanna see what our actual conversation was real quick.
Go into it, man, because I was telling him, dude, I straight up said, I'm like, look, Jake, dude, I've been having, like, not necessarily dreams, but, like, these weird feelings.
This is what he said. I keep having this weird feel for the last 2 days that Craig is going to win. I said, LOL, me too, but the picks are out. He said, glad I'm not the only one. I was like, that's a tough fight to pick. And then he said, it's really weird. I usually don't get feelings like this, but for some reason, Craig just keeps popping up in my brain.
Dude.
And that was the last of it.
It's true, though. Like, I just had this feeling, man. I'm sure you guys have been there before where you just get this feeling about a fighter or a fight, and you're like, man, I knew I fucked up. I should have picked him. But it's too late. You already locked in your bet, right? You already locked in your pick. You locked it in.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, you can't change it. And
yep.
So, I mean, you know, I picked Antigolov to get the win, but I also picked Bearju coming into the fight.
We all like Bearju. All right, let's see if JGH picked Bearju as well. Let's refresh that.
She did.
Oh!
Dude, JGH is dominating right now. 10 for 11. We got 4 fights left, and she's got 10 correct. 10 or 15.
I can't believe that.
She's
That's
10
awesome.
for 11. Wow.
She went for the Bearju.
Oh, my God. You know what? Can you go to the previous event real quick? Because she picked the Bellator card with me without even knowing any of the fighters on that one.
Well, I'm going to go to her profile real quick, and I'll see if the internet wants to work. Like this right here, he should have been able to get out of it at this point.
So we're looking at her profile right now, and she has a 46.5% correct pick percentage right there. Pick percentage, I guess that's how you guys call it.
But she wins when it matters.
Yeah. Dude, that's wicked. She's having such a good night. Congrats so far to JGH.
So she went 4 out of 7 on the Bellator card. She went 6 of 12 on the last fight night. She's pretty consistent with where she finishes at, though.
Dude, she's only currently ranked 452.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
3,284 people picked in this fight.
It's crazy.
And she's only currently ranked 452 with that many correct and that many picks, perfect picks.
Yeah.
Like she has 4 perfect and what, 2 semi? Bruh.
It's crazy.
It is wicked. See, I knew Antigolov was going to do this, man, but I thought he was going to try to do his blitzes because if you watch his other fights, he blitzes in and throws these wild haymakers.
I thought that he'd be able to control him on the ground better. I thought for sure. We both thought it was going to the ground. I thought for sure that he would be able to control him on the ground. And he just looked like he had no clue what jiu-jitsu was.
He had no idea how to defend a triangle. He had no idea how to defend the guillotine. He just wanted to punch him out.
He never once felt threatened in that triangle. Like, he didn't even show that he knew what a triangle was.
Yeah, I wonder if he was just overconfident in his abilities.
I don't know what he was.
Either that or he was underrating Bearju's abilities.
I don't care how confident you are in your abilities. You get yourself out of the dangerous positions and you strike and you score from the good positions. You
know, when you look at some good ground and pound, when you look at Chael before in the Chael Sonnen and Anderson Silva fight, Chael always ended up squeezing that other arm in there. I love his fucking accent, dude. The Scottish, man, I love it. He has 3 out of 5 triangle choke submissions in the history of the UFC. What did that say? Light heavyweight division?
Third most triangle? Is that what you're saying?
3 out, yeah. He has 3 out of the 5 triangle finishes in the light heavyweight division.
There's only been...
I think that's what it said. Rewind it real quick. I think one belonged... No, that was 185.
3 of 5 triangle choke submissions in UFC light heavyweight history.
Yeah, so there's only been 5. And he has 3 of them. That's fucking wicked. That's a crazy stat.
Yeah. Doesn't Tito Ortiz have one? Or no, he didn't get it. Maybe he did.
Who?
Against, I think it was Ryan Bader. He was getting beat
up.
Bader
with a triangle?
He was getting beat up, and I don't know if he finished it, but he threatened it in that fight.
It's possible. I don't know.
I'm going to pull that up real quick.
I don't remember that fight, to be honest. It's been a while. That's been a while. When did that one happen? 2014?
A long time ago.
13?
Maybe. Oh, we need to turn this back down.
I feel like it had to be happening sometime around there. But Paul Bearju Craig, man, at least my feeling wasn't incorrect. I mean,
Right.
that intuition there that something just happened, man. I don't know what happened in there, but I felt like he was going to pull it out.
He caught Ryan Bader with the guillotine choke.
Oh, yeah. Bader got the takedown on that one, too.
Yeah.
And he just caught him. I think Bader actually dropped him, if I remember right. I think that was 2015, 2016, wasn't that long ago?
That was, doesn't tell me, 2011.
Was that long ago?
That was that long ago.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, buddy.
That's been 2000, because I remember that fight now, because Bader actually came out and dropped him, and then dove on him, and then Tito just choked him out.
Right.
And Bader, I think, was going for a title contention at that point. Pretty sure he was looking like he was supposed to be the next best deal at fucking light heavyweight.
Well, I mean, honestly, Bader still, despite the fact that he's not in the UFC, he's having a great MMA career.
He's looked great in Bellator.
He's looking great. He's looking great.
And he went up to heavyweight recently,
He won the heavyweight tournament.
He beat Fedor.
He won the heavyweight tournament.
Yeah.
Had Chael Sonnen in it, had Matt Mitrione in it.
Yeah.
Had Fedor in it. I mean, it was full of monsters, although Chael's probably shouldn't have been in there, to be honest.
No, Chael's a 185er who fought at 205 and then fought all the way up at heavyweight again, kind of like that. But he looked like a solid heavyweight. And Fedor's not that big. I mean, Fedor's only like, what, 230 something?
Well, most of the best heavyweights aren't at the 265 max.
Right. Unless you're fucking...
I mean, they're Tanner Bozer size. They're 230, 240.
Yeah. And Chael was probably weighing, what, 227? I think he actually weighed... I think he hit 230 for that fight.
He probably ate a cheeseburger before getting on the scale.
I think he hit 230 for that fight. He actually looked pretty well. He landed some bombs of his own. Got Fedor down a couple times.
Yeah.
And then Fedor's power just was too much.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He tried a move that he used to use a lot in college wrestling, and it's actually a very good move that you can use to whip people to their back. And when Chael tried to do it, Fedor was able to shut it down.
You know what I want to see? I want to see Chael and Tito again. That fight was really fucking weird.
It was a work.
It looked like a work. I think. I mean,
Tito.
It looked like a fucking work to me because Tito looked like shit.
Tito tapped first of all. One.
He did tap. I agree.
I
think Chael agrees. But the way that fight ended was so fucking sketchy. All right, looks like we're coming back now. Finally, we've got Carla Esparza versus Mariana Rodriguez.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
I was actually excited for this fight. We both picked Rodriguez, right?
Rodriguez.
Is it Rodriguez or Rodriguez?
I don't know, but I'm going to say Rodriguez.
Is she Brazilian? She's Brazilian, isn't she?
I don't know, but, yeah, she is Brazilian. But Marina Rodriguez, I have her picked to win by knockout round 2. What did you have her picked to win by?
I think I have her by decision.
You have her by decision. Awesome.
So, I mean, it's possible. I just think Esparza's too tough to get really knocked out right now.
We also
especially coming off that streak that she's on.
Yeah, she's the first UFC women's 115-pound champion.
She was.
She won the Ultimate Fighter. She was dominant. She beat out a lot of girls that are ranked in weight classes as high as 115, 125, and I think there's a couple of them that moved up to 35.
Yeah.
But she's gone out there and she's beat a lot of people. Winning the Ultimate Fighter show, had girls on there like Thug Rose, had girls on there like Tisha Torres. Had girls on there like Joanne Calderwood, my favorite female fighter. But, so there was a lot of good people on there. And Esparza's got the credit of winning that show. Plus, she was the Invicta champion before coming into the UFC as well.
Look at how Rodriguez is crouching over to be almost as tall as Esparza. Yeah. Jesus Christ. And Rodriguez has a 6-inch height advantage, and I think it was a 2-inch reach advantage?
Yeah.
Reach advantage?
A couple-inch reach advantage. And she's definitely got the striking advantage. And I think that the reason she's trying to stay as tall as her is to be ready to change for that level change.
Instead of just keeping her hands low like we see sometimes where guys will just keep their hands low, Rodriguez is actually just crouching low.
Bending those knees a little bit.
But see, there's the shot by Esparza. Esparza's got her down already.
We knew that was coming. But that was too easy to take her down.
Yeah, it was. I thought she was going to be a little bit better on her takedown defense based off what I saw in other fights.
Yep.
But Esparza's great at her. This is her game.
This is what she does. This is what won her a world title, 2 world titles, an Invicta world title and a UFC world title. This is what won her the Ultimate Fighter.
Those elbows from the bottom are going to be brutal if she can get that going again.
Yeah, but she's got to be careful though. Even anytime that she allows Esparza to posture up, Esparza has the opportunity to start throwing some punches. So
those were to the back of the head.
right there. See, she's trying to create that space there so she can land her own elbows, but she's got to be careful there of Esparza landing her own shots.
Well, she is a little bit longer, so she can keep Esparza from actually
right
hitting
there.
her
See,
face.
that's right there.
Ooh,
that's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
She missed with that one, and you were right about the length.
If she can keep her that far, which is hard to do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously this is Esparza's game right here.
Oh.
She could land her own strikes that are brutal from the bottom.
Yep.
Oh.
Marina's got to start to look to doing something because she's trying to have the ref stand him up. The ref's not going to stand it up when Esparza's in there landing punches like that.
No.
So.
It's not like she's just laying on top of her like.
No. Yeah.
What was that one fight? Jesus Christ! They just sat there and laid on each other.
It was boring.
Yeah, Al Hassan.
But you know, Esparza's landed body shots. She's landed some to the head. She's posturing up, and she threw a couple good elbows in there as well. Marina cannot hope that they just stand it up because they're not going to stand it up with the way that she's moving.
You ready for another one? Don't show that White Claw in the next clip. Jesus Christ.
You got Starburst right there. These ones are right here.
Yeah.
We got like 20 different beers in there, it feels like.
Where'd you get the Stardust?
The Starburst?
Starburst, yeah.
I bought it the other day when I went floating.
Oh, nice.
You ever had that?
Yeah, it's good stuff.
It's good stuff.
Crack these open.
Mm-hmm. Cookie Monster in there doing what Cookie Monster does.
Ooh, that elbow was vicious from Rodriguez off her back. Is Rodriguez, she's getting her knees high.
She's threatening with a high guard. Esparza slams her, picks her up, and slams her on her back.
Yeah, she wasn't having none of that.
Hits her with an elbow there.
See, Esparza knows what to do in that position. Unlike Antigulov.
Yeah.
Because Rodriguez was actually climbing up the back there.
Yep. I like how every time Rodriguez starts to climb up to attack, though, she sneaks an elbow in. So she starts going high guard on it, and then as Esparza starts posturing to defend there, she lands that elbow.
Yeah.
And that might be what cut Esparza open, because I think Esparza is bleeding. I think that elbow cut her open.
She does. So I told you, she gets that really sneaky elbow that comes in every time.
I think it was literally that part. Exactly what we were talking about.
Jesus
But
Christ.
there's a mouse there, too. There is a mouse there sticking off the side of her eye. Yeah, sticking off the left of her eye. Yeah. It looks like a gumball sticking off the side right there.
Jesus Christ. So, I mean, so she's had control. This is only 10-9 so far, in my opinion.
Oh, but she's locking back on a calf. No, that's not a heel hook.
She tried, but Rodriguez is trying to roll up and...
She ain't going to finish her with that unless she gets the heel.
She's got to extend the legs, too, and get her down. But we got a minute left, and Rodriguez, so far, I mean, this is 10-8, but Rodriguez has done some damage from the bottom.
Well, I wouldn't say 10-8.
Or not 10-8, I meant 10-9.
Yeah,
so
I would
far.
say 10-9.
4 minutes of control for Esparza.
Yes, but, I mean, damage has to be more important than control, and right now...
Dude, Rodriguez is just, oh my God.
Esparza's looking hurt and desperate.
She does look hurt right now, because she shot in for that leg. She does not want to stand at all.
That was a sweet low single, though. She just kept her butt too high.
Rodriguez defending well, though. This is what I was talking about, what I saw Rodriguez. Her defense looked really good. I don't know if Esparza's going to be able to get her down in the next round. Dude, look at the... Oh! See? See, she's got her defense on point now. She's
starting to figure it out
She got the sprawl. This is what I was talking about.
But she's pressured up against the cage. Esparza's got a single leg.
Esparza's got a single... Okay.
But Rodriguez is hitting a switch.
Oh, those elbows! Dude, Rodriguez is so good.
She's got... Oh!
I told you. So this was the defense.
Oh!
Dude.
I don't know.
He kind of whipped her off there because of the bell.
I don't know. So...
Who do you give that round to? Because Esparza dominated. Well, I wouldn't say dominated.
She controlled it.
She controlled it, but it wasn't really until the 4th minute that
Look at that
elbow
eye.
landed.
Look at that eye.
Fucked.
Honestly, I'm honestly gonna have to go with Rodriguez simply for effective striking,
the damage
and control. Because while Esparza controlled the top position,
Rodriguez controlled the bottom.
The most damaging impact came from Rodriguez being on the bottom, landing strikes.
Those elbows, and that I called it out a couple times when Rodriguez landed that elbow.
Yeah.
Dude.
I mean, I literally watched that specific one because I was talking about how it was nice how she framed it up and created that space.
All right, so we're 1 round done.
Yeah, I'm going Rodriguez.
You got Rodriguez?
Yeah, I have to give it to her based on damage and
I would give it to Rodriguez, too. She finished that round really strong, and she did not really Esparza didn't really do anything off her back on top.
Well, no, she landed some strikes.
Some, but not as much as Rodriguez.
No, she landed more. I would say she landed more strikes on top, but they weren't as effective. Because you got to remember,
effective strikes.
You got to remember, she was landing to that body a lot.
She was. They were kind of mouse punches to the body, though.
She would come up. She would body, head, right? Body, head. Basically, get 3 or 4 of those
just
to
try to score some points.
Yeah,
but still, they weren't doing anything, and you can tell Rodriguez didn't care.
No, as far as what had the impact in the fight, that over a long course of a 15-minute fight, yes, it's going to have an impact.
And then you saw Rodriguez's takedown defense there at the end that I was talking about, that I thought we were going to see.
Yep.
And now, round 2 with the damage done, the girls are, they're tired, they're sweating. Okay, we got somebody else. Yep, there we go.
Rodriguez. A lot of people, took the round late.
We got some fans agreeing that it's Rodriguez. I mean, Rodriguez just looked like she won the round.
Yeah, everybody's saying Rodriguez, just like us.
And there's that Sean Shaheen. I don't know. Sean Shaheen's saying it. I can't agree. I told you I hate that guy last time. Whatever his name is. Sean Shaheen. I don't fucking know.
You're Irish. How can you not say Sheehan?
Because he's a fucking idiot, and I hate him.
Why is that?
He's stupid with a lot of his picks. Trust me, I'll go head-to-head with him on picks any day. And I'll outpick his ass. I will not pick his ass, though. God damn, that sounds so stupid.
I was just like...
I know you were thinking... I could see it in your face, and that's why I was like, oh, shit. That one was dumb. He's like, I'm not cutting that out. Oh, Jesus Christ. We do it to ourselves here on the Crushing Cans podcast.
We have a good time.
That's the way it goes. But, I mean, we're a minute and a half in now, and Esparza's not able to get this shot out no more.
Rodriguez keeping that range
anymore.
Better. Esparza has to figure out how to close that distance.
Rodriguez, Esparza, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, Esparza...
You know what I was talking about.
Esparza has to figure out how to close that distance. Rodriguez has figured out how to keep her at range, and she's using that jab to do it. And any time that Esparza starts to get long for a shot... Rodriguez is looking to counter.
Out.
Well, she's looking to counter. She's looking to rip her with a big one, and it's making it hard for Esparza to really shoot all the way through. Watch. She keeps that frame there, and when Esparza starts to come in, watch her right hand. You'll likely see Rodriguez come for an uppercut there.
Oh, and she reversed it.
Nice.
And Esparza got it down.
Esparza got her down.
But see, Rodriguez has underrated ground game, dude. This is crazy.
Esparza's not going to want to get elbowed in the face in that same spot, and that's what she just left herself
because
open
if she stands here and postures up, Rodriguez has, and I think I think I mentioned this in the pre-fight show. Rodriguez will strike from anywhere.
Yeah, she'll strike from everywhere.
Her bread and butter is the clinch, and if she can get it in the clinch, she's fine. But this is a ground clinch essentially, and she throws her elbows.
Now we have to see who's going to control it, though, right?
Yeah.
So now at this point,
it's Esparza.
Esparza's landed some punches there, but she really doesn't have a ton of control, and Rodriguez could probably kick off because Esparza's just trying to land. Yeah, I mean she's landing.
Okay, we're in the butterfly. She pushes her off. Ooh, that head kick almost.
Wow.
That up kick almost got the head.
Esparza landed with that left though on the way in.
Yeah.
This is a good fight.
I want to see if Rodriguez can get this. Ooh, that was a good little left elbow from Esparza right there.
She snuck it in. I don't like that Rodriguez keeps laying flat on her back. In jiu-jitsu, you don't want to be flat on your back when you're trying to work from the bottom there. You have to be able to create angles. You have to work from a side. You have to create some positions. Laying flat on your back it limits your ability to do moves and techniques. And Esparza is really keeping her square there. It actually... same comment came up in the Bellator fights the other day when I was watching my buddy Jake Smith fight.
Yesterday.
Yeah, he was fighting. Unfortunately he lost. But the same comment: you cannot lay flat on your back. The announcer said it in his fight too. Jake Smith is being stuck flat on his back. This is the same thing we're seeing right now with Rodriguez. Although Rodriguez is still landing some strikes here. Esparza's taken this round because of that so far.
And to be fair for Jake, real quick, he took that fight on late notice.
Went up a weight class.
Fought a very good guy.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm super proud of Jake. It makes me excited.
Yeah. And Jake almost knocked him out in the first.
He clipped him, dude.
He rocked him. He dropped him pretty much. I mean, he went to a knee.
Yeah, he clipped. Well, Jake's got great hands. He's got great hands, and it's like we were talking about.
He has great power, too, to go up to 170 like that and just drop a dude like that.
Dude, I got to show you some old footage of him dropping dudes at 205.
Yeah.
Of him knocking dudes out at 205. Oh, Esparza
And
gets a good elbow
he
in there.
was not a muscular 205.
30 seconds in. She keeps dropping back on that. That's so old school. That doesn't submit anybody anymore.
This isn't Esparza round, though, in my opinion.
Yeah, Esparza needs to stop doing that, though, because that just shows a lack of knowledge in the jiu-jitsu
But wait,
game.
Rodriguez, those punches are nice. She's hitting that mouse.
It just shows a
Keep
lack of knowledge.
punching that mouse. Oh, my God.
You're not going to submit anybody with that. That's like 1992. Everybody knows what jiu-jitsu is now.
Dude, Rodriguez has landed like 20 punches right now to the face, and Esparza's looking like,
bloody.
Oh my God. Hey, you guys. That's what Esparza looks like right now.
Yeah, she does.
Oh my God.
We're talking Goonies for you guys if you don't know.
Yeah, what the fuck, ESPN?
Is that ESPN?
That's ESPN, dude. Dude, 1-1 maybe? I don't know. Do you think Rodriguez stole that last one? Because she did so much damage at the end there.
I don't think she stole it simply because it was only about a minute. It was
not even a minute. It was 20
less than
seconds,
a minute.
but she landed many shots.
It was less than a minute, and it doesn't do enough to take away from the fact that Esparza had controlled the top game.
For the majority of the entire round.
She landed some good striking from the top. Granted, not to the level of Rodriguez, but she definitely landed there. She definitely controlled the position. And I would have to say, I'm going to go 1-1.
I think it's 1-1 personally, but I think Rodriguez at the end of that round, she buttered her up, man. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for Esparza right now.
This is prime for a round 3 TKO.
Potentially. You have Rodriguez by decision.
I have decision Rodriguez. But this is prime for a TKO. But Esparza, like, look at the blood's still pouring. Did the cut doctor even do anything?
I had Rodriguez by KO round 2, so...
Did the cut doctor even... Yeah, but you can still get partial if it's a TKO in 3.
Yeah, knock her out. Knock her out.
But
Let's get that knockout, baby.
That blood is still pouring from her eye. I don't even know if the cut doctors worked on it. Holy shit.
I mean, they might not have had enough time to get it stopped. It's a pretty nasty little mouse.
It's pretty nasty. It's swollen really bad. Like, it's a hematoma looking like
looks like a golf ball.
Open.
It used to look like a gumball. Now it's moved up to the size of a golf ball, sticking off the side of her eye right there.
God damn. Dude, this is wicked. We knew Rodriguez had some deadly striking, though.
Yeah, well, you know what's really surprising me is, and it's not even surprising because we expected it, but her striking on the ground.
Yeah.
You know, while we expected it, I'm still surprised at how much damage it's actually been able to be done.
Well, that's where she's done all her damage so far for the whole fight.
That's exactly it. Every time that she's been on bottom, landed strikes, she has been her most effective, and she's been effective on her feet. She's been effective. It's crazy that she's been more effective off of her back as far as
I think a lot of people need to watch that too and pay attention because just because you're on your back doesn't mean you don't need to throw or you can't throw. You can still throw strikes from the bottom and you can do damage clearly.
Yeah. I mean it's crazy though. It's just crazy. I mean this is a good fight overall.
She keeps going for that ankle and catching knuckle sandwiches is what Bryce Mitchell said.
Well, he's not wrong.
Nope. Oh, she's got a single.
I love that entrance onto that single, though. She's really fast as far as changing levels and getting in on it. So they've got it 19-19 for Rob Tatum.
I agree. Scott Fantana. He says that's round 2 for Rodriguez. See, I think some judges might think so, too, with the way it ended.
I don't know. I think Rodriguez... You can't... It's just like we talked about last week.
You can't steal around like that.
You can't ignore the last 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
That's what drives me nuts.
Unless it's super, super significant.
But, like, right now, this is a Rodriguez round, even though Esparza got a takedown.
Yeah, this is a
Rodriguez got another takedown for Esparza. But Rodriguez seems happy to oblige from her back.
Yeah. Right now we're in half guard with one butterfly hook in. Rodriguez is laying on her back. She's framing against the face. She's
punching while she's trying to get out. Did you see that?
Yeah, it was awesome. She's framing against the face with the left hand, punching with the right.
Yeah, she just was framing and punched and tried to get up from it.
Still not laying flat on her back, if that makes any sense to you guys.
We're now in full guard.
Now we're in full guard, but this is where Rodriguez has done most of her damage.
Yeah, this is wicked, dude.
So, I mean, Esparza is going to be quick to disengage if Rodriguez hits her with a few elbows
And she can't just be content laying here because... It's not going to win her the round, in my opinion. I think refs are starting to realize that you can't just give somebody the round based off top position.
Well, we've had some wild reffing here at
in Abu Dhabi, man.
You know, I've been really happy with some of it sometimes, and I've been really upset with it some of it.
Yeah.
Or I've been really upset with some of it sometimes. Right now, though, Esparza might be stealing the round.
You know what's funny is, like, still, we're what, a week removed from the Max Holloway-Volkanovski fight, 2 weeks removed from that?
Yeah.
I don't know, something like that. People are still pissed off about that, and I don't understand it. The fight was close. It was not a robbery in any sense. No. I mean, the majority of the people that I've talked to gave rounds 1 and 2 to Max, 4 and 5 to Volkanovski. Round 3, in our opinion, round 3 in everybody else's opinion was a swing. But the judges, the way they scored it.
I had given 3 to Holloway when I watched it live.
Right. But the judges all scored it 1 and 2 for Max, 3 and 4 for Volkanovski, with 5 being the swing round, which is weird.
Which was weird.
Because I feel like Volkanovski's best round was 5.
Was 5, and I didn't think that was a swing round. No. I still thought that Holloway won it.
It was just so close in that third, you can't be mad. You can't call it a robbery. That's my point.
I will never call it a robbery.
There's so many people that call it a robbery. It's crazy.
Great. You know, I mean, it's a fight right there where they go based off the rounds, and on those close rounds, you're going to have people who agree and disagree. To claim that it was a robbery is bullshit, and it absolutely takes away and discredits the hard work that Volkanovski did.
I've been going back and forth with so many fucking Facebook people on Facebook posts for MMA Junkie, MMA Fighting, all these, because they keep crying robbery. It is not a robbery. You guys need to really redefine what you look at as robbery, because there's been some robberies. Michael Bisping versus Matt Hamill. That was a robbery.
Yeah.
You got
Timothy Bradley versus Manny Pacquiao.
That was a robbery.
That was a definite robbery.
Jeff Horn versus Manny Pacquiao. That was a robbery. I mean, you can.
Oh, see, problem is going to be for Rodriguez is though I think Esparza is going to end up winning it here with this.
I think this is an Esparza round.
This might be an Esparza round.
Rodriguez hasn't done any damage this round.
But if you look, the first 2 minutes were definitely a Rodriguez. First 2 minutes, I feel like
she was getting the better on the feet until it got taken down.
Yeah, and that was about the 3-minute mark. But now
that's an Esparza round
with the last 10 seconds.
This is gonna be a hard one to judge.
Yeah, so
I think either girl can take this. That second round's gonna be a swing. I think it's 1 for Rodriguez, 3 for Esparza, and 2 can go either way.
I would agree with that. You
gave it to Esparza?
I gave 2 to Esparza because I
think I gave 2 to Esparza as well.
Yeah, I don't think that last minute, last 30, 45 seconds, I don't think that's enough to wipe out everything that they've done.
Yeah, and she did some damage though in that last 30-second blitz, whatever it was. I don't know.
She did do some damage, and that's going to steal it from some people. But,
some judges too. Look at that, and that. Like we said, judges have short-term memory.
Yeah, so
they only remember the last minute of the round.
The only way that this could be considered a robbery, in my opinion, is if they went like 30-27 one way or another.
Or like, yeah.
That would be the only way you could consider it, because
round 3 was clearly Esparza's, in my opinion.
Round 3 is an Esparza. Round 1, in my opinion, in your opinion, and everybody else's that watched.
So far that we've seen has been a Rodriguez. But it could be Esparza because she was on top for 4 minutes. She got that takedown in the first minute.
She was on top.
And she was on top for a long time.
That is true. She was on top.
So the judges could give that to her.
All right, so we got the decision.
All right, we're going to the decision right now. Let's hear it. We got this coming up. What do we have? We have 3 fights left. Is Gustafsson Verdum is next.
Ooh,
I am excited for that one.
Awesome. That's going to be fun.
I am excited.
All right, here we go. They're going to the center there. See, Rodriguez doesn't even look like she's been in a fight, really.
And
that's the difference.
Hold on, here we go.
She'll be able to go on a date tomorrow with no makeup.
Ooh, it's a split. Oh, that's a Rodriguez. What? 30-27 Esparza? Oh my God. Okay, can we say robbery on that?
That's where I said would be the only way it was a robbery.
Wow.
I literally just said the only way it would be a robbery is if someone
You said 30-27, but 30-27 Esparza? I don't know about that.
No. Well, either way would have been a robbery to call it a 30-27.
It would have been, 30-27 is bad because Esparza did not win that second round.
No, she definitely didn't win that second round.
The first round.
She definitely didn't win that first round. The second round was
close.
I'm going to say, I'm not going to say robbery. I don't want to go as far as saying a robbery because the other 2 refs
They were
called it
close,
right.
And I told you that first round they could have given to Esparza because she was on top for 4 minutes.
And the other 2 refs called it round, or called it right.
Yeah, so I mean, it's 29-28 either way.
I'm not going to say robbery. I don't know why I paused. I was supposed to mute.
I don't know. But let's take a look at our standings while we're here now. I know that's another loss for both of us because we had Rodriguez.
Yep, and JGH probably didn't. We'll find out here.
She might have had Esparza. Nope. Townsy had Esparza,
moves into first. Townsy had Esparza there, and he moves into first, knocking JGH 1967 down to second.
He won 2 shows ago, didn't he?
A couple shows ago, that's right.
Because I know Lucas Ross was the last show, and I think Townsy was the one before that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. All right.
Wow. All right. So
I can't
Townsy-
believe Carla Esparza got that out, man. You know, I think it really came down to that top control.
Before we get into that, though, let's finish talking about this real quick, though. So
Yes.
with Townsy right now,
4 decision perfects.
Yep, 4 decision perfects, 4 semi-perfects, and in second place right now we have JGH 1967, who has 10 correct
By
picks.
5 points, by the way.
5 points. That's all that separates number
First
1
and
and
second
2.
place is 5
That's
points.
crazy.
We have 3 fights left, though. This is still anybody's game. You really look at this. I have 7 correct.
I've got 6 correct.
You're 6 correct. Townsy's got 10 correct. If I get 3 perfects in a row going, I can creep back into this.
Well, we'll find out what happens here. You know, this is just crazy.
Ooh, baby. And this is the fight. I'm excited
Look at
to
that
see
eye.
Gus.
Look at Esparza's eye.
Yeah, that eye. That
You
all
know-
came in the first round, though.
Yeah, it did.
The damage, man. That's why I don't think it had to be 29-28 either way.
Well, number 7, Esparza wins. She's ranked number 7, so that's why I say number 7. She wins the decision. She gets to talk to Dan Hardy. I'm not sure that anybody's really super excited to talk to him, but she gets the win.
Do you think Rodriguez moves into the rankings now?
Well, she was already in it.
Was she already ranked?
Yeah, she was like 9th or something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
So let's see.
Rodriguez is she's a top prospect.
She's definitely a top prospect. I don't like that she lost that fight, but it is what it is.
I mean, I can't argue against
But
it.
here's the thing that I don't want to see happen. I don't want to see the UFC try to pass up Carla Esparza because they think that Rodriguez won. Like if you look at Jose Aldo,
I hate when Dana White does that bullshit, dude.
right? Jose Aldo, oh, he beat Piotr Jan. No, he didn't.
No, and you look, okay, so look at this last fight, right? Max Holloway versus Volkanovski. Volkanovski is now 2-0 against Max Holloway, and they're talking about going straight to a third fight because Dana White doesn't agree with the decision.
Yeah. I don't agree with.
That's why you need a fucking independent commission that handles the rankings.
Yeah.
That is bullshit
I mean,
because Volkanovski's 2-0, and he clearly won the first fight.
I don't care if the UFC has their own rankings, but their own rankings can't be the ultimate defining factor. You have to have an
Do
official...
it like the old BCS, how in college football they had like 12 different fucking journalists that did the rankings and they averaged it out.
Like, it's like, you know, my rankings, like you and I, we've argued about our rankings together, right? My rankings are different than your rankings.
Everybody's going to have different rankings.
Everybody's going to have different rankings based on whatever their criteria is that they're looking at.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is the UFC as a sole promotion should not have control over who is the ultimate next title contender.
Yeah, I don't like that they do that because they do it with emotion, and with the Max Holloway versus Volkanovski situation,
Jose
Volk
Aldo
is 2-0 against Max. Why?
Against Marlon Moraes is who it was.
Yeah.
Marlon Moraes.
Oh, when Marlon Moraes won, and they said Jose Aldo should have won, so we're gonna give him the title
Personally,
shot.
I thought Jose Aldo won, but I'm not a judge.
It was a close fight. It's not like it was a robbery.
It wasn't a robbery. I'm not a judge. I thought Jose Aldo won. The refs saw it differently. The refs are the ones, or the judges saw it differently. They're the ones who make the official decision. That's the only thing that should matter as far as the rankings go and the impact on moving on towards a title fight.
Yeah, it just drives me nuts because I swear, you know, if they try to give Max a third straight opportunity against Volkanovski, I'm gonna be pissed.
Hey, Fabricio Verdum, look, they're talking about him right now.
Yeah.
Fabricio Verdum is the most deadly heavyweight submission grappler.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. By far. Actually, there's one that I would put up there close to him, but I still give him the edge. Yep, Frank Mir.
Dude.
Frank Mir is the only...
Bro, you remember when he did Nog?
Yeah.
Yeah. He broke his fucking arm. Oh, my God.
And he broke Tim Sylvia's arm.
Tim Sylvia.
I mean,
and Tim Sylvia's having problems with that arm right now. He's actually suing the UFC for coverage because they won't do anything about it.
Yeah.
He needs like 10,000 because like the bolts got infected on his arm, like they're coming out or some shit. And the UFC's like, well, you're not a fighter on the UFC roster, so we don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I mean, it's been so long since this fight happened.
And he's fought since. He's fought in other promotions since.
And he had his hunting show. He had all those. There's so many other things that could be the reason why it's not working successfully. But, you know, it is kind of a shitty thing to do. I think, you know... You make billions as a fucking business.
You can take care of a guy for $10,000.
You can take care of a former champion. Even if it's a couple $100,000.
Yeah.
You pay people that for one
fight.
fight.
Well, if you look at the NFL now, they actually... That's why I like the union. That's why I wish there was a union in fighting. What is that website? It's the Mike Pierce, Rick Story. I think Ryan Jimmo was actually part of it too before he did that.
Yeah.
Randy Couture, he's like one of the top guys for that union too. But either way, MMA needs a union because they need to be able to get collective bargaining. They need to be able to get better share of the revenue that they generate. The UFC doesn't make anything without the fighters. Let's just call that real. Technically, they don't make anything without fans. So if we're not watching, I actually got in an argument with somebody about this before because they're like, well, why do they care if there's fans or not and yada, yada, yada. You know, the fighters don't need that. I'm like, well,
yeah, they do.
Technically, it's an entertainment sport. If the fans aren't watching your fights, you're not going to make that much money.
Yeah, well, let me break it down to you as far as a regional scene goes, because this is where a lot of pro fighters run into the problem with why they can't get on cards. All right, so you want to go ahead and become a professional fighter. Perfect, great. That doesn't mean that anybody has to pay you anything or put you on their card.
No.
Right? If I go out there and say, hey, I'm a professional fighter, but I'm only going to bring in 3 people to watch a show that's not televised on cable, that's not sold in pay-per-views or whatever, and the tickets are $45, right?
Yep.
And I'm going to bring 3 people with me to watch the show. I'm going to bring my mom, my girlfriend, and my best friend. They're going to come watch the show. But I want you to pay me $1,000 to come fight for you. Why would they pay you $1,000 to come fight for them?
That is costing them money at that point.
Why? I mean, literally, at that point, you don't even make them $150 off of tickets.
Unless you're, like, super fucking exciting and people outside, like, want to see you.
But that's the point, right? So a lot of these regional shows, they give the ability for fighters to make extra money. Why? You go sell the ticket yourself.
Yeah.
You get a lot of these regional shows to be $5 a ticket.
Yeah, they'll
right?
give you a cut of the ticket sales.
Or when they go online to buy the sale, make sure they put your name in as the fighter that they're coming to watch. You're going to get $5 from that ticket. A lot of shows do this. King of the Cage does this. Other shows do it. A lot of the shows that I did. The idea was you are working on selling yourself. You get people to come to the show, right? So if you want to get paid to fight, get people to come. Be an exciting fighter. Have a fan base. Get your family, your friends, and other people to come support you. Because if they come to support you, the show can make money. And the show has to make money to keep going. So this is on a regional basis here. Just for you guys trying to figure out why you can't get pro fights.
Yeah.
You don't have a drawing a lot of times. Or you're not working on your marketing of yourself a lot of the times. It's the same thing in the UFC. You want those big paydays? Make yourself valuable.
At the end, and don't alienate your fans, Tyron Woodley. At the end of the day, it is a fucking entertainment sport. All sports are entertainment sports. People come to be entertained.
Yes.
So, I mean, you can talk about casual fans who, oh, I don't like that grappling, that aren't just educated on certain things of MMA. That's okay. Because there are fans that they just want to see a bloodfest knockout.
Well, and there's a market for them too, and the UFC still covers that market.
There is a market for that. But at the end of the day, it's entertainment. You got to have some sort of entertainment value.
Yeah.
Even if it's outside of the cage. Look at Sugar Sean O'Malley right now. He's got his own YouTube channel.
Oh, he figures it out.
And he's
figured it out.
Yeah. He's providing entertainment
they're
all
about
around.
to start.
And here
Verdum
we
versus
go.
Gustafsson. But let's get into this before this starts here.
Gus did look a little overweight at 240 when I saw him. He looked a little flabby around the waist.
He does look a little flabby, but is that because he's taking advantage of the fact that he gets to actually eat more and
doesn't have to cut?
Not cut weight?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Look, he doesn't look too bad.
Like he's a little bit, he's got a little bit more fat.
He doesn't look as tight as he looks at 205.
But here's the other thing. You look at a lot of like runners and swimmers, and they talk about the importance of having a little bit of extra body fat to help burn through, right?
You need those
for
calories,
that energy, right? So yeah, I mean, is it really optimal to be walking around 8 to 10% body fat when you're fighting potentially 15, 25 minutes?
Yeah.
Or is it more optimal to have a little bit more body fat but better cardio?
Now,
I mean, who knows?
My thing is let's see if that footwork and the speed, because that's his bread and butter, is his boxing.
He just can't get taken down.
We're going to see if he can keep that.
He just cannot go to the ground with Verdum.
No.
Verdum is the most deadly submission guy ever in the heavyweight division.
He needs to find a way up. If he shoots, he's an idiot.
Yeah, I wouldn't even clench. I would stand back and use
your boxing.
Your great Dutch boxing and use it.
Use your boxing. If he uses his boxing, it's going to be a long night for Verdum.
Yeah.
Verdum, while he's gotten better with his hands and his feet on, standing up, throwing them kicks and his punches, he's still not the level that Gus is standing up.
Well, and the other thing goes back down to that you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
And Gus ain't the level of Verdum on the ground. So
No. I mean, Verdum is not going to learn to strike like Gus, and Gus is not going to learn to do submissions like Verdum.
No.
And the bottom line is, like, this is a very stylistic matchup. And whoever is able to control the style here, whether it's the ground game or the striking game, is going to win this fight.
I agree.
So who's going to control that? That's what we're gonna answer here in this fight.
I mean, Gus right away, he looks like he's still bouncing around. He's doing his thing that he usually does.
Verdum did land a good leg kick though early.
Verdum did land a very heavy leg kick.
He strikes first with the heavy leg kick. This is awesome right now. So Verdum is the plus 270 underdog right now.
Really?
That's what they said.
I mean, they're probably looking at a few things. You know, the age, the fact that all fights start on their feet.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see it, I guess. But if Verdum gets this to the ground, it's over. And he has knockout power. He's done it before.
He's knocked people out. I mean, look at what he did with Cain Velasquez, though. I mean, he whooped up on Cain Velasquez. Yeah. Was it the second one when they went to Mexico?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I mean, he whooped up on him.
Verdum has beat the who's who of the heavyweights. Okay, push the head down.
You know,
come on. Verdum's got it down. Good.
Ooh,
he got his leg out there.
He's got a good butt drag on it though. Look at if you look at Gustafsson, he had his right hand.
Wow, Gus ends up on top, and Gus, he's got a leg. He's still punching from the bottom. That's
Keep
good.
striking.
Keep
Don't
punching.
Stop. You
and
can't
he's
give
up.
up your back. Hips up. Oh no.
Get up.
Belly.
Don't give up the back. Don't give up the back. Turn over, Gus. Come on, don't give up your back.
I feel like I'm cheering for Gus so much, and I love Verdum.
You are. Well, because we picked him.
He's got the armbar. He's got the armbar.
Come on, Gus. Pull it out and stand up.
Oh, my gosh.
Stand up. He's doing a good job keeping his arm unlocked. He's got his other arm, it looks like, underneath there, holding it.
Yeah, he's got it locked, but...
If he can do that...
You know, I'll be happy for Verdum, even if Verdum gets it, because I like Verdum a lot,
I like Verdum, too, man. Like I said, he's beat the who's who of the heavyweight division.
He's the GOAT right now. I mean... You know, no offense to Stipe. Stipe's great. He's got the longest UFC title.
Stipe's right there, though.
He's got the longest UFC title run for heavyweights ever.
And Stipe beat Verdum.
But, yeah, I mean, but that's because of Verdum's age, though. I don't think... Gus is going to get it. Yeah, it's definitely...
Verdum's going to get it.
Or that's what I meant. Verdum's going to get the armbar.
We got 2.5 minutes left. And
locked in a spiderweb armbar position.
God damn. Come on, Gus.
So if you're familiar with EBI or...
Oh, that's it. He tapped. Oh, my God. He tapped as soon as it extended, too. He didn't even try to fight it.
If you are familiar with
Fabricio Verdum
Invitational or Chael Sonnen Submission Underground, the overtime round starts in this position. They have the opportunity to take a spiderweb armbar position or a back take where they basically have the opportunity to try to sink in a rear naked choke. Verdum was working from that spiderweb position for the armbar, and he was able to sink it in.
Yeah.
And Gus tapped.
Fuck, it's one of those things. We said that right before the fight. If it goes to the ground, Gus is in trouble.
It's a stylistic fight. Who's going to be able to control the style?
And we did not want Gus going to the ground with him. Because Gus...
You know what?
It's just, Gus is not a ground fighter.
You know what, though? It still feels good because Verdum has just proven to me even more of why he is the heavyweight GOAT.
Well, this was also Gus's heavyweight debut.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm a big fan and a big believer of people moving up to a weight class and doing better. I think that a lot of the 205ers could move up to the heavyweight division and do really well. I don't think a lot of the heavyweights can move down to the 205 division and do really well.
I'd like to see Gus roll over right there. And
I mean, guys like Tanner Boser, though. Tanner Boser could probably do well at 205 and at heavyweight.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of guys that couldn't.
It's style. It's the styles, man. It's like we were saying.
You know what?
Verdum gets it down, dude. You're done.
Verdum is the heavyweight GOAT. Bottom line.
Fuck, man. That's another loss for me.
That's straight up. Verdum is the heavyweight GOAT.
All right, let's update the standings. Let's see what we got.
Let's check it out.
Nobody picked Verdum.
Unless it didn't update all the way.
Well, we'll see. Let's try again here in a minute.
Yeah, we'll try again in a minute.
But I don't think anybody picked Verdum based off that.
I'm telling you guys, Verdum is the heavyweight GOAT.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a strong argument to be the GOAT.
Who has the better argument?
So, my only thing is if you look at Stipe's record too, Stipe, it's got to be 1A, 1B maybe.
But
Stipe's right there.
The problem, though, with that I have with the Stipe record is that the fact that the only thing that we're looking at with the Stipe record is only what's happened inside of the UFC. Now, the UFC may be the most dominant and premier show now, but at one point, Pride was actually bigger.
You had Pride, and then Verdum had those wins over some big names in Strikeforce too.
Strikeforce.
But Stipe hasn't really fought anywhere besides UFC.
No.
I mean, and so it's not fair to Stipe.
No, but that also is not fair to Verdum to ignore all of his other accomplishments out of it.
You can't ignore it.
The thing about Stipe is he is the most successful and the best UFC heavyweight champion ever.
Right.
I differentiate between the best and greatest UFC heavyweight champion ever versus the greatest of all time, because what I'm looking at, what I'm doing there is I'm differentiating the entire length and career of Fabricio Verdum versus Stipe Miocic, which I think that is important. Well, because Verdum, if he spent his whole career in the UFC, who's to say he wouldn't have went on a 5 or 6 fight title run streak?
Well, he had the opportunity to do it, but he didn't. It's like Chael, though. Like Chael said, when you dictate, because Conor released his GOAT list and put John Jones at 1 and then himself at 2 or something, and then Anderson Silva at 1, then himself at 2, and I think he put John Jones at 3. But Chael was he's not wrong, because he dictated the terms for his GOAT list.
Exactly.
So if you give the terms for your list, you can't be wrong.
No, I mean, if you're following your own terms, I mean, the bottom line is, when it comes down to it, everybody has the ability to make up their own top 10 list, who they think is the top 10, based off of whatever standard they want. When I look at it, and I look at Stipe Miocic, Stipe's great. He's done great things. Yeah. I love what he's done in the UFC. I just can't say as a career.
Dan Cormier, Verdum himself.
Yeah.
Francis Ngannou.
Ngannou.
He's beat
although
some monsters.
I still think the word's early out on Francis Ngannou. I think that Francis Ngannou is a lot of hype. I think that he's done a great job in the time that he's been there.
Outside of that fight with Stipe, he's looked like a beast.
I still think he's a lot of hype. I think really, I would like to see John Jones go up and fight him, and that's the fight
I would, and John
about.
Jones has been pushing for that fight,
now,
but Dana won't give it to him.
No, if that fight happens, and we go out there and then we find out that Francis Ngannou,
I would pick John, because John's not going to stand with him. John will take him down instantly.
John's going to have the range advantage.
Yep.
Even though Francis Ngannou is still a physical freak and like a walking, talking superhero, John Jones still is just a little bit better than him athletically, I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, you got to look at overall athletics. John Jones is going to be better on the ground no matter what. And John Jones' stand-up's not like it's garbage. He's a really good striker, too.
Well, the cool thing about John Jones is we've watched him go out there, and whenever he fights somebody, he's almost got this thing in his head where he's like, I'm going to beat you at whatever your best game is.
He likes to do that.
It's true.
After a certain amount of time of dominating so long, what else motivates you?
Yeah.
That's his motivation, to try to beat you at your own game.
Yeah. I'll whoop you at your own game. I won't even train your own game. I'm just going to do it on a whim. That's how good John Jones is.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if John Jones moves up to heavyweight and he beats a few good guys, he may end up throwing himself on a short list to potentially a GOAT in the heavyweight division. It would take a few wins, though. It would take a few wins without losses for him to be even in the conversation. One good win doesn't put you in the conversation. I think it's a longevity of career. I think it's a consistency of competition. I think it's several different factors that play into it. I think it's the factors that give me the reason to say that I feel like Fabricio Verdum is the GOAT as far as the heavyweight division goes.
Yeah, I mean, it's really fucking close for me.
Yeah.
For me, I think if you don't have Stipe, I'll just settle it like this. If you don't have Stipe and Verdum in your top 2, you should probably reevaluate your list.
Yeah, definitely.
I think you can say those guys are clear-cut 1 and 2. However you want to try to order it, maybe a little bit different.
100%.
But I mean,
100%.
Fedor is not the fucking go to the heavyweight division.
Here's what I want to clarify. We're not talking just UFC.
We're talking heavyweight, MMA heavyweights.
Yeah, we're saying MMA heavyweights all together.
And that's why I said Fedor is not the fucking GOAT. Let's settle that right now. Fedor is not the GOAT. He's never been the fucking GOAT.
No.
Just because he went 31 against a bunch of nobodies.
And then he goes and fights 185-pounders.
Yeah, a bunch of fucking middleweights who were the only people willing to fight him at the time.
Fedor was good. I still think Fedor is good, and I like what he did. But I want to be realistic. I feel like he's not even a top 5 in the conversation.
Not anymore, especially.
I don't feel like ever he was.
That fight against Andre Arlovsky, I'm a little bit bitter of, because Andre was whooping his ass.
Andre Arlovsky was whooping him, but Andre Arlovsky's known
he got cocky
his career.
And jumped in the air.
And that's been an Andre Arlovsky thing. Andre Arlovsky's one of the most talented strikers ever at heavyweight.
He just gets so excited.
But yeah, he just lets himself go, and he puts his chin up, and he's so confident in his hands that he forgets about his defense.
In that Fedor punch, it wasn't no skill, it was nothing. It was a
I'm
Hail
gonna look
Mary.
at the ground and throw something.
He
as
just
comes in.
fucking ducked and just whipped his arm out there, and Andre jumped in the air and just boom.
Yep. And that was it. You know,
But
Fedor does have the like freakiest, like nastiest.
He's got some
power.
good power.
Like it's like
really good power.
very much like we were talking about with that fight earlier.
Yeah, the guy had just some sneaky power.
Sneaky power. Yeah. You know, it was very much like that. You know, Fedor. You know, everybody knows that Fedor's power is coming.
You remember the Dan Henderson fight? He
Yeah.
almost knocked Dan Henderson
Yeah,
out, and then Henderson reversed it and
came
just
up,
knocked him out
with
from
an uppercut.
underneath
He was
on
like
the
an uppercut
ground.
under his arm.
On the ground.
Yeah. It was awesome. It was
Crazy.
slick. It was a beautiful back take from Dan Henderson. You know, but the cool thing about Dan Henderson, which is why I'm pulling for Ed Herman next week.
We're pulling for Ed
so
Herman
you know.
because he's from Portland, represent.
And I used to coach with him. His daughter wrestled with my daughter. Well, you'll hear about all that stuff later. But yeah, you know, Ed Herman talked about how, or not Ed Herman, sorry, Dan Henderson talked about how his best years were at age 39. That's where Ed Herman's at right now, age 39, and Ed Herman is on a 2-fight win streak.
And I mean, he's looking good too. He's
Yeah.
looking real good lately.
Yeah.
You know, he's gotten to some wars. And Ed Herman, he's always had, you know, the nickname Short Fuse, and he goes out there, he's a fan fighter. He goes out there and just puts on a show for the most part.
Yeah, it's not the most technical thing.
But lately, he's been actually, you know, he's been still trying to put on a show, but he's actually, okay, I need to win fights too, not just go put on a show.
Well, you know, I'm always trying to win fights if I get double the
Well, I
money
mean,
when
everybody,
I win.
yeah, right? Yeah, everybody's trying to do the win, but I mean, like, you're not going out there with reckless abandonment, which is what I feel like he used to do.
Yeah.
He used to just go out there, go for the finish, try to knock you out or get knocked
Well,
out.
he was very much, and he's from the same team originally, very
Team
much
Quest.
like a Chris Lieben.
Yeah.
You know, go out there and just bang. And that's the way Chris Lieben was throughout his whole career. Oh, this is the main event.
I loved it, man.
And
No,
Shabazian for next week.
Oh, next week.
Yeah, for next week.
I was like, we're not.
So he's the main event, but you know, we'll get into that.
This next
I wanna
fight's
talk
good
about
too,
it.
though.
Oh man, dude, have you started researching for the next fight?
A little
yet?
bit.
That first fight on next week's card.
Yeah, nobody picked Verdum in this one because the standings look like they're the exact same.
Yep, they haven't moved. But I'm telling you, like, that first fight for next week's card is wicked.
Dude, I don't even want to pick the main event for next week's card. I really don't want to pick the main event.
Yeah, I haven't made my official picks, but I've got my breakdowns written up for the first
They're
one.
both beasts.
But I'm telling you, like, this next week, Vegas, back to Vegas at the Apex Center.
I am
that's next
picking
week.
Ed Herman, though. I'm not going to pick against the Portland guy.
No, I'm picking Ed Herman.
I'm picking Ed Herman, especially with Meerskat coming up from 185, fighting on short notice, fighting Ed Herman, who's a very, very tough out no matter who you are.
Yep, we're Ed Herman fans here. You know, we're Ed Herman fans in here. Not only that, he's a good person. You know, so he coaches high school wrestling.
Yep.
He coaches at a local high school here in Vancouver at Mountain View High School.
Coaches at the gym too at ATT Portland.
Yeah, and he helps coach at the gym. But he's an overall good person.
And JoJo Calderwood.
Joanne Calderwood.
Yeah, she's got she took this fight on short notice too.
Well, she
was supposed to fight for the title.
Yes.
But it got canceled
A couple of times.
Yeah, a couple of times. And she got tired of waiting. And they offered her this fight and she took it.
Yeah, what happened is she reached out to the UFC and she was like, well, you know, if that title fight's not going to happen, I like to stay active.
Yeah.
Joanne Calderwood. So
I'm a fan of that, by the way.
Joanne Calderwood's been my favorite female fighter for years. Since
You've probably seen it on a few episodes if you've watched us.
Since before the UFC days, since before even her Strikeforce days, back to her Super Fight League, SFL Super Fight League days. That's where I first discovered her at.
That one went forever.
How could you interrupt my segment?
I couldn't hold it. That one went forever, though. I was trying so hard to keep it quiet.
You interrupted my... I know, I was trying to ignore it.
That's why I rolled off,
and
I tried to just like slowly let it out.
But your face was getting more red at the same time.
Because it was so loud. It was like, I was like, oh, fuck, you can hear it.
I'm like, this motherfucker.
I'm like, that's noticeable. I couldn't hold it. All right, I'm back.
I'm not cutting that.
All right, go ahead.
Oh, shit.
I'm not cutting. Look, man, flatulence is normal. Everybody does it. Let's move on.
All right, anyway. Joanne Calderwood's been one of my favorite fighters since all the way back to her SFL Super Fight League days. I had fun watching her grow up as far as a fighter when she went from fighting in SFL, fighting into Invicta, all the way into coming into the Ultimate Fighter. and then fighting in the UFC to the point where she's going to fight for a belt potentially. I had said back when she was fighting in the SFL that she's going to be a world champion one day. She's going to be, and you can ask.
Yeah, I'll verify that.
I had said this. She's one of the greatest female fighters out there right now. Her striking's great. Her only real problem was her ground game, but people weren't getting her to the ground. Now, as you've seen in her last few fights, she's developed a ground game too.
Yeah, she's been looking pretty good, man.
Yeah, I mean, she's on a 3-fight win streak. I'm pulling for her right here. She could wait for the title if she wanted to fight for the title, but she's somebody who likes to compete, and she wants to get back out there. She's fighting a dangerous girl, though.
Yeah,
Jennifer Maia. So I literally watched probably 3 or 4 of Jennifer Maia's fights today.
Jake's a JoJo Calderwood fan, like a super fan.
Yeah.
If ever there was one.
Yeah.
So he's been doing his research on this fight.
Yep. You know what? I honestly have. I've been doing a ton of research on this. I feel like I know both of these fighters in and out already.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely JoJo as far as her fighting style. Like, I know what she does and what to look for. But Jennifer Maia, like, I've been watching, like, several of her fights. I feel like I got a pretty good idea of what's going to happen in this fight.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're going to have to wait and watch our Pick'em show to find out.
Yep. It's going to be a crazy fight.
All right, man. Looks like we got the co-main getting ready. Shogun Hua versus Lil Nog.
Number 3, by the way.
Number 3, dude.
Number 3.
Oh
Let's throw that back out there. So this has been something where this fight happens once every, like, what?
And Hua's 2-0 against Nog.
Is this like 5-6 years in between each of their fights?
Seems
every
like
time?
it.
So it's like they go 5 or 6 years, and they're like, we want to
Because
fight
they
each other.
fought back in the Pride days was the very first time. And I think it was Pride before the UFC bottom.
Before the UFC bottom, yep. And, but I'm excited to watch number 3. This right here.
Here it is. There's
right
the Pride. Look at this, man. And there's the first fight in the UFC.
So they just showed a clip from 1 and 2.
I was watching a video. I think the video when we were talking about, because you asked me if I had ESPN and if we could sign in on mine or if it was on ESPN Plus, right?
Yeah.
And I'd watched the video, and Dana said it was on ESPN Plus, simulcast with ESPN. And before that, though, Dana had said, he was trying to promote the fight, obviously, but he's like, when has Shogun ever put on a boring fight? And so I started to really try to think. And I'm like, dude,
never.
Shogun's never put on a boring fight.
Never.
He
doesn't put on boring fights. He doesn't.
I was like, Dana's got a point, because this fight's going to be exciting either way. Shogun does not put on boring fights.
The only thing that's crazy about it is, like, when I watched Shogun from the time the time that I was little, he's always looked like this, like, dangerous monster. Now he has almost a friendly face to look at.
You know what's funny is someone said...
watch his face when he's
I get it.
Like, he looks like a friendly, like, guy you could walk up and talk to without ever thinking that he was a dangerous dude. Like,
but you know what's funny is someone said, I saw on one of the forum posts.
He doesn't look scary anymore.
Someone's like, for the UFC poster, someone was like, that looks like 2 drunk uncles at the barbecue. And I'm like, you know what? It really does. If you think about it.
That's me and you at the barbecue.
That's me and Jake. We got a picture from a few years back when we had all 4 of us together for the first time in like years.
With a little bit of this.
Shit was crazy, man. But you know what? Either way, I'm pretty sure I've got Shogun winning this by knockout. I just think Lil Nog's too old. He's taken too much punishment throughout his career. I'm pretty sure that Shogun's going to finish this fight in the second round.
Anytime I have a good undercard, I seem to have a bad main card.
That's how the pattern's been for me the last couple weeks, too.
And
last couple cards, actually, anyway.
Yeah, right now I've had a good undercard, but if you look at my main card, I only won the first one on the main card.
Same.
I've lost the last 3 right now. I have Shogun winning a decision again. I'm starting to doubt myself here.
I don't know that it's going to go that. I just don't see the energy,
and Darren Till, I feel like Darren Till can knock out Whittaker, dude.
He can knock him out. 100% he can knock him out.
I know I've got Darren Till. I've got Whittaker picked to win round 2, but I'm honestly, I have a feeling.
It's one of those things that I got with fucking Craig earlier.
I've been feeling with the Darren Till thing, just, the fact that he hits harder than anybody that Masvidal's been hit by. And
I haven't got that yet.
Masvidal's been hit by a ton of dudes. Darren Till has one of the biggest hands in the UFC.
I think that's his key to victory is to try to get that knockout because he's not... I think Whittaker is better everywhere.
Whittaker's going to be better at the
wrestling.
wrestling.
But I think the power is going to lie with Till.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be crazy to see.
But you got to watch those kicks from Whittaker. Those kicks, he can get your head. He can kick your fucking head off.
Well, it's going to
without knowing it.
It's going to be interesting as well, though, watching Till against guys that are actually his size.
That is true. Too. I mean,
so we'll see how that plays into effect. But it could be better for Till, given the fact that he's not going down a weight class.
Let's not forget that Bobby Knuckles also came up from 170.
Yeah.
He competed on, I think was it the Ultimate Fighter? He was 170.
The Smashes, and that was UK versus Australia.
And then he went
won
up.
That
he's
show.
8-1 at middleweight, I think, right now. 8-1 with his last loss coming to Adesanya.
Yeah.
So, and he didn't fight slouches in that run.
No, he went on a tear. He went after Murderer's Row. He lined them up.
That's what I mean.
He said, "You guys are the killers. I'm gonna knock you all out one by one."
Dude, he knocked them off
too. Deadliest. And he did.
He did it. And that just speaks levels of Adesanya's skill, though.
Yeah.
His kickboxing is next fucking level.
Well, you have to consider everything he did before he got into the UFC.
He was a kickboxer before UFC.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it is, though, when we talk about these combat sports and stuff like that, and a lot of these guys is, what did they do before they actually got to MMA in general?
Right.
What did they get to, or what did they do before they got to the UFC? Right? So we're looking at some of these guys, and it's like, okay, this guy's been fighting for 4 years, whatever. He's fun, he's exciting to watch, and he can knock some people out. But then you run into some of these guys where it's been their life.
Dude.
And it's just a little bit different.
Yeah. I really wish, so you know how we go back 80s martial arts, man. 80s martial arts movies, early 90s, mid-90s martial arts movies, Demolition Man, you had,
that was a good movie.
Bloodsport, Kickboxer. It would have been so cool to actually see JVD, Jean-Claude Van Damme, in an actual fight. It would have been cool to see Michael Jai White in his prime in a fight. It would have been cool to see Joe Rogan in an actual cage fighting somebody before his neck injury.
Yeah.
Dude.
Well, it would have been fun to watch Joe Rogan fight. I mean, there's so many guys that
you
we
look at
talk
back
about.
in the day, you know who would have been really cool? The Karate World Champ. Come on. Chuck Norris.
Oh, I was like, Chuck. I was sorry. I was thinking of the Karate Kid. I had the Karate Kid stuck in my head.
The
and I was
Karate
like, what are
Kid.
you talking about? I'm like,
Hey, I made
Danielson's not fighting these guys.
You're like Ralph Macchio's not a real fighter, bro. That show is just a movie.
I'm like over here. What are you talking?
No, I'm talking Karate World Champ because we talked about this before. Bruce Lee wanted to beat the world champ, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I was hoping you picked up on that when I said
Bruce
Karate
Lee
World
was
Champ.
not, just so you guys know, we're talking about something from a past podcast episode. Bruce Lee was a showman.
And a promoter.
A promoter.
He was a philosopher promoter.
Chuck Norris was a legit
Karate World
champion. Like, legit. And the whole reason that Bruce Lee wanted to beat Chuck Norris on film was so that he could be
popularity,
a champion,
and that's what blew him
a world
up.
champion on camera. So he could look like a badass against a world champion on camera. It was strictly film. It was strictly for show. Chuck Norris, and I still 100% believe it to this day, if they ever went against each other in real life, Chuck Norris would have knocked his ass out.
Oh, yeah, for sure, 100%. And if you ask Judo Gene LaBelle ragdolled him with no problem.
Choked him out cold.
So, I mean, there's so many stories, but we can't ever verify them because a lot of the people that were there don't speak on it or are dead today. In today's time.
Well,
so,
and it's kind of bad to talk bad about someone who's dead. And I don't feel like we're talking bad. We're talking. I want for the accuracy of history. I don't want people to remember Bruce Lee as the guy that would have been able to come in and destroy everybody. He wouldn't have beaten Demetrius Johnson. I'm sorry, Demetrius Johnson would have ragdolled him.
And that's
the size he was.
Okay, and that's my problem with Bruce Lee.
Round one, starting right here.
Round one starting. And my problem with Bruce Lee is everybody has built this persona about him because of his ability to market himself.
And it makes it hard to enjoy his movies the way I did when I was a kid.
Exactly. And I'm still a Bruce Lee fan. I've got a Bruce Lee t-shirt that I wear all the time.
Love Bruce Lee. The only reason I know how to do nunchucks is because I was obsessed with Bruce Lee.
But it's my problem is his fans. It's not Bruce Lee. If you ask Bruce Lee, he won't.
Check this out.
He can't tell you today, but if you would have asked him back then, he was so arrogant he might have said he could probably beat the shit out of you, but I mean...
Well, if there was a camera on.
Yeah.
If there wasn't a camera on, he probably would have told you the truth.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, this is the whole reason I learned how to do these was because of Bruce Lee.
Yeah. I mean, Bruce Lee, he was phenomenal. And and let's be real, he was one of the very first people that tried to blend styles.
to blend
One
styles.
of the godfathers of mixed martial arts.
Yes.
You have to credit Judo Gene LaBelle as well, because a lot of people don't give him enough credit for being a godfather of MMA.
Well, the thing about Judo Gene LaBelle was that he was pulled in for a lot of movies and stunts and stuff like that. And so while he was dangerous and deadly and all that stuff,
wrestler.
He was a judo guy.
Yeah, Judo
Hence the
Gene
reason They
LaBelle.
call him Judo Gene LaBelle. He might have known some catch wrestling.
He did some catch. He did some professional wrestling too, I think.
But he was a legit bad motherfucker.
He was.
He's a guy that's gonna make you piss yourself in front of a crowd. And
there's
you're
a
not gonna
story.
complain
I'm
about
pretty sure if you ask the majority of the people that were there, he actually made Steven Seagal piss his
himself.
pants.
That's exactly what I was talking about. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I was talking about. He choked him out and made him piss himself.
Yep.
Yeah. So right now we got Shogun pressuring Nogueira up against the cage right now. He's throwing some knees to the inside.
Kind of how we thought it would go a little bit. I think, this first round, these guys going to conserve a little bit of energy, but you're going to see Shogun being the aggressor here. Always.
Yeah, I mean, being the younger guy, being the more physical guy as far as his career
You know what's
goes,
crazy is he
like
may
a
be
bull.
younger as in terms of actual years lived,
Yeah.
but his MMA years are right there with Nog.
Yeah, I know. And this is what we were talking about before, because he's only we talked about, he's like 38 or something like
Yeah,
that.
38 I think is what they said, because you thought he was older than that.
And
I'm like, nah, dude, he's like
only
38.
Well, the crazy part about it is like, when we were in high school, when you were in high school, he was fighting.
Yeah, and I graduated 2005.
I'm almost 32 years old. I had my first MMA fight inside of a cage at 16. I had my first MMA fight in general at 15. And that was inside of a ring for Behringer's
Nog
Hapkido.
landed a good left there.
And during all of that time...
Okay, Shogun with a couple blitzes.
You got Shogun and
Dude, Nog
Nogueira
looks
fighting.
so terrible, though. Oh, my God.
He
looks old and slow.
The hard part is, how do you tell these guys to hang it up?
I hate it. I don't want to see him because... So Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. was just announced. Both these guys combined their age for 105 years old, and I don't want to see it, but I'm going to watch anyway.
Well,
everybody's going to watch.
Ultimately, the hard part for me about that is as long as they're not steroid testing them, I'm okay. If they're going to do the fight, I want them both to be able to use steroids.
Well, it's an exhibition, so I don't think they're going to test them.
I mean, I want them both to be able to do steroids, because if you want these guys to actually perform at a level that's good for both of them, they've got to be able to use steroids.
So Nog's walking down Shogun right now, and Shogun's dancing around the cage. That's a little weird to me. I can't believe Nog's being the pressure guy right now.
So what would you say up to this point, though?
Well, right now it's a Shogun round. We got a minute left. It's been Shogun for the most part,
Gosh,
but Nog for the last 30 seconds was walking him down, and Shogun's the one landing the better punches. Nog just looks bad, dude.
Oh,
see, his punches are so slow. He wings them out there, and they kind of don't really clip. They kind of clip with the arm, like he goes behind the head and hits with the arm a little bit.
It looks like.
And now Shogun's got him pressed against the cage again.
I don't want to say what I'm about to say, but it looks like a shot fighter.
Yeah.
It looks like a fighter.
He looks shot.
Yeah, who's done.
He's done. I mean, he's 42 years old. Is that how old he is? 41,
yeah, I hate to say it because I don't.
No, he's 44, I think.
I just don't want to talk bad about legends, man.
It's hard, but that's why for me, you know how you wanted to get that Legends division. I just want him to hang it up because.
I mean, yeah, but then you look at the time when everybody was on steroids. Look at Vitor Belfort.
I know,
Vitor
man.
Belfort
It's
was
just hard.
Terrible. But then all of a sudden he starts getting on TRT and he's a world beater.
And then all of a sudden he just beat the shit out of everybody.
Yeah, he destroyed everybody. And it's like, if their body's capable of regenerating, if their minds are capable of functioning at a young level and do everything the way a young person would because of TRT and steroids, I'm okay with it. I honestly am. I'm not
like
okay.
I said, it's a spectator sport.
But that's at a Legends only division. It's not like bring a 22-year-old guy to fight a 50-year-old dude.
Well, no, because the crazy thing is athletes today are better than athletes 20 years ago. It's
absolutely.
Fucking phenomenal.
Absolutely.
We've come so far in science and our training techniques and the ability and our understanding of the human body over the last 20 years that there's light and day between the guys that are 20-year-olds now versus 20-year-olds in 2000.
Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy.
We get better with our science.
And we're talking 2000. That sounds like it's not even that long ago. But back in 2000, I think I was a freshman in high school.
But I think it makes sense though with technology, and I don't really want to get onto it because it's a long rant.
Dude, it's a long rant. We can go forever.
Here's the bottom line: with technology, there's a half-life. The time between
there's a half-life.
Between great innovation splits in half every single time. So right now, we're at a stage in development where everything's getting so fucking fast as far as how quickly records.
See, that was that left that I said the little nog landed right there.
So as far as like the records and stuff like that go,
nog landed a couple good punches.
People are breaking records at a ridiculous rate right now, but that's because of the half-life effect. And you're going to continue to see it until we get to the maximum potential of human capability, and we're nowhere near there yet.
No, and I think if you look at, there was a Texas high school kid who broke like the 100-meter, the world record for the 100-meter dash or some shit. Fucking crazy. It was like a year or two ago. I think
the only limit is right up here.
This is crazy, man.
This is the only limit. I'm telling you guys, like
we're getting there, dude. Like the amount of science that is coming into training for these athletes is just ridiculous. You know what it reminds me of? Rocky IV. Was it Rocky IV?
When he fought the Russian?
When he fought the Russian.
That was Rocky IV.
Ivan Drago?
Yeah,
Rocky IV.
Rocky V, he fought Tommy Guns.
So Ivan Drago, right? In that one, Ivan Drago was the guy that was the phenomenal athlete. He was being tested and trained in new ways, using science to train him, right? Yep. And he was a phenomenon. He was a specimen. But of course, for the movie, Rocky had to win. But I mean, that's really what's going on today.
Well, and he killed Apollo Creed.
He killed Apollo Creed.
He was such a dangerous striker in the movie.
That he killed Apollo Creed,
He killed Apollo Creed, and he was so feared that it just put the extra fear as far as, Rocky, you shouldn't fight him. He's a killer. He'll kill you.
But my point is...
But yeah, your point is...
That was in the 80s.
Yeah.
We're in 2020, and that's exactly what's happening right now.
And we're still seeing
the testing and the way that these athletes are going, it's all scientific.
So here's where I'm a little bit worried about the state of MMA.
That was a shoulder shrug that kind of knocked him down.
I'm worried about the state of MMA for the longevity of it, because if you look at, we're talking about history right now. Look at the history of boxing. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, I think fixed fighting came into the problem with boxing.
Well, I think there's a lot of things that came into the problem with fighting and
with boxing.
Or with boxing. Sorry, there's a lot of problems that came involved with boxing, but boxing came from very much the same background.
Nog's on top, landing a lot of shots right now. I just want to throw that out there.
Yep, he is. He's landing a lot, and basically, who is working an open guard but threatening with nothing. Anyway, at this point, so what I'm getting to is, if you look at the early days of boxing, there was bare knuckle boxing. There was no rounds. There was no nothing. People would box until somebody was done.
Yeah, they would go until the fight was over. They'd go 100 rounds sometimes.
It could be 100 rounds. Over time, things started getting a little bit more regulated, and then eventually they moved from a point where they were like, okay, we're not going to do this whole no rounds, and we're going to box for as long as we can, and we're going to start putting gloves on and stuff. We're going to start changing it up. What does that sound like? UFC 1, 2, 3, and 4, where there's no actual gloves needed. Art Jemerson's wearing one boxing glove with the bare hand, right?
Yeah, they actually had style versus style at that point.
There was no time limit. It would go as long as it took to finish the fight.
I kind of liked Pride for that reason too.
So I mean, I did like Pride for that reason
because they had 10-minute rounds.
I don't want to get. Well, it depended on the bout.
Sidetrack, but let's go.
It depended on the bout. So Pride had different
rules. There's a good left from Shogun.
Yeah, Pride had different rules depending on the bout. It could have been a 10-minute round. Could have been a 5-minute round.
Shogun going for the takedown.
What I'm getting at is, it changed from the point where there was no rules, there was no rounds, there was no nothing, to the point where John L. Sullivan was the heavyweight champion. He's our ancestor. Mom's proven it. He's our ancestor. John L. Sullivan was the heavyweight champion. They took boxing, and around that point, they started trying to make it more civilized, and they started trying to make it more fan-friendly because governments were trying to shut it down. They didn't like it. John L. Sullivan becomes the first ever boxing champion with gloves.
I think he was the last bare knuckle champion
bare knuckle champion, because it was during his era, which is why we're talking about it right now.
Dude, Shogun's landing crazy good shots right now.
MMA has gone through, over the last few years, the same change. Over the last 20 years, the same change. Boxing,
good kick to the body.
Boxing had about an 80-year to almost 90-year peak before MMA picked up.
MMA is really only, 27 years old, maybe?
Well, I think 92.
So 28 years old?
Yeah, 92,
27, 28 years old.
But this is where I'm worried about. boxing took about 90 years before it started to fall off.
Yeah.
We're almost 30 years into the MMA thing, right? So boxing...
And we're still picking up steam, though.
We're still picking up steam. But if we follow the exact same pattern as boxing has followed, where it's like, okay, we start getting corruption later down the road, we start developing multiple different champions down the road, because ultimately that's what hurts boxing,
right?
Is the multiple champions thing. That's the biggest detractor of people from boxing, right? So when people think of MMA, they don't think about the Bellator heavyweight champion. They don't think about the M1 heavyweight champion. They don't think about the former Strikeforce champion. They don't think about any of that stuff.
Yeah, you look at Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua right now.
Yeah.
Okay, Tyson Fury is like 18, 19 belts. Like, what the fuck?
What the fuck does that mean?
Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, just fight each other and we'll find out who the actual champion is. Let's have one belt. And I kind of wish that the UFC would actually allow cross promotion for this reason, so they could go champion versus other promotions, and then do that. At least Bellator and ONE FC.
And to be honest, like, it would be great, but
have a single champion at that point.
But I almost feel like for the best part of the sport, you have to have that almost a monopoly in there. And I don't want to say monopoly, because it's like, you look at the NFL; those teams are independently owned.
They're independently owned, but they're all part of an association.
They're all part of an association, but they're independently owned. Whereas as far as MMA,
there's still only one champ.
They just pull these guys from random gyms from wherever. And if you're at a gym where they happen to have a lot of guys that come from, your chances of getting into the UFC are much better
than somebody in a smaller regional
gym, right? So the problem is that the UFC is entirely owned by people that make profit off of it, and not people that have an interest in the athletes as well.
Right.
So, I mean, as far as everything else is concerned...
Which is why we need a union.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You're good for a union. Me, I'm not a fan of unions in general. I feel like the unions do a great job when they're early on, and they always end up becoming corrupt. And so I'm not a union fan.
They do. There is a tendency for unions to become corrupt
every single time, you know. And it's like it's almost like a socialist region.
You know? Ow! That kick hurt.
The idea of socialism is so great until it happens, and then it always becomes corrupt by somebody who wants more power. So I'm not a fan of unions because of that. Because
when you look to sports, though, the MLB Players Union, the NFL Players Union, or they call them associations. The NFLPA.
Yes. But they're unions.
They're unions.
They're unions. Yes, they are.
But they will define them different in the court of law between an association and a union. Yes. I don't know the exact distinction, but I do know that they do distinct between.
Well, I mean, verbiage
differentiate between
verbiage
them.
is always super important, right?
It is when you speak on legal reasons.
Verbiage is super important.
But they're probably the MLBPA is probably the most powerful union in the entire world.
So if we took the term out of union and we put in the term of association, what does it change as far as the fundamental differences, as far as what you're aware of?
Legally, I'm not aware of what it actually changes, because they are technically a union. In my opinion, the players all pay dues into this association, which are union dues.
Hua hit him with the good right there. Sorry.
Yeah. Hua's been landing some good shit, dude.
Nogueira hit him with a good counter left there.
This has been a Hua round for sure. Sorry,
I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good. This has been a Hua 1 and 3. Round 2 is actually pretty close with the Nog takedown.
Well, Nog got the takedown there.
And landed some shots on top.
Yeah, landed some good shots. And, Hua didn't do anything to try to stand up.
No, so I think so far it's
right
been pretty close.
Wow, head strikes go to Nogueira.
But a lot of that came on the ground.
Yeah.
Look at this 16-0 though on leg strikes. And those leg strikes have been hurting. If you watch that last leg strike,
I like when
Hua, he almost buckled.
Yeah.
Shit, buckled.
No, I like when they break it down though. When they break it down by round, when they show it like that.
Round by round is better.
I prefer that. I mean, one, it's hard.
And no fight is judged after the entire fight's over. It's judged round by round.
Round by round. Exactly.
But either way, so back to the topic at hand. For me, I still would like to see some sort of association or union that can protect the fighters. Get them at least, real insurance, because a lot of the companies, including the UFC will say, oh, we do try to take care of guys and we do this, and there's a lot of shit that goes on that you guys don't see. Okay, but let's put that in writing. Let's legalize it to guarantee it for the fighters.
This is what I want this is where I want different from you, and I think that maybe, might need an association or a union to push it through. But I want the legal legislation. I'm not I'm not in favor of a body or a group of people trying to run the fighters.
No, they
at
shouldn't.
all.
They shouldn't be trying to run the fighters.
But as far as like official legal legislation being on the books, saying that you guys are either defined as an employee or an independent contractor, defined on what's your rights as far as being an employee or an independent contractor. Like I'm okay with that.
Let's at least just get the Ali Act into MMA.
Yeah, I mean,
at that point,
if we can
at least
extend the Ali Act to MMA, I'm okay with that. Something like that, I'm okay with.
If we can get that, then the fighters will be well more protected. They won't need a union at that point, because boxers don't need a union. They have the Ali Act to protect them. In MMA, we don't have anything.
Well, and see, okay, so in something like that, I'm more in favor of something like that than say a union, because like I said, like I'm a member of a union right now, and I fucking hate it. Like
I hated paying union dues when I was part of the.
Well, it's not even about paying the union dues. I don't agree with them.
No, I hated paying union dues just for the fact that like.
So who gets the takedown? But
not even threatening.
And now
I paid union dues for 10 years to the culinary union. Not a big fan, man. And it wasn't even just union dues. It's like even if there was something I didn't agree with, it didn't matter. Because if the majority agreed with it, then it's fuck me. Even though I'm paying my dues.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been a big union fan. I pay my union dues right now, and I'm a union member, but I absolutely hate it. It's like, I can't stand the stuff that they do. They try to get me to show up to the meetings, but what they did.
They're for-profit organizations. Let's just put that out. Unions are for-profit organizations. They make profit off of us.
I work at a high school, all right? I work at a high school, so I'm a member of a fucking union for the high schools and stuff like that.
Come on, Hua.
But so I work at the high school. I'm a part of this union here. 2 years ago, at the very beginning of the year, they were already planning to protest going into the summer for their negotiations.
5 seconds.
Okay, so they were being offered a 16% raise. They were being offered a 16% raise. Is what they were being offered a 16% raise at the end of their contract that would expire at the end of the year.
Right.
They had already had it in their mind that, no, we're going to protest. We want more. And that was at the very beginning of the school year. So they went out the whole school year.
Oh, I remember the fucking protest really well.
They went out the whole school planning to protest with no plans to try to negotiate or do anything. And then they went out and they protested. They shut down school for a little bit longer so school could sit out there. And then it was like, oh, by the way, September is going to come and your contract ends. You're paid. Your last paycheck will be September 1st. And you don't get a dime. And guess what they do? They negotiate at the end of it for less than they would have initially gotten in the first place.
Yeah.
And you want me to support the union? I paid money to these people for going in and corrupting people's lives and walking into people's personal, private places of work, marching in there demanding more than you deserved?
One of my issues with the union, so I will say unions have done a great job getting better pay for employees. My pay went up every year.
And then they get corrupt after they accomplish that goal.
My issue with them is that like they brainwash union members. So if they want to go on strike, but you're like, no, dude, I don't agree with you, and you still go up to work.
You're an outcast.
You become an outcast. Then they bully you.
Yep.
They do all sorts of shit.
They try to intimidate you.
Yeah, you cross the line. You're no longer this, even though you still have to pay your union.
But you can't
because of your contract.
You'll never be able to be elected for a position.
Time out. Let's hear what they got to say. All right, we're gonna go to the decision right here. Let's say
they're pulling it in.
Let's see what we got.
Tonight's main event. Don't miss a recap. Oh, okay. So they're standing up there in the center here.
All right, let's see what we got. Hold on.
You say 29-28.
29-28.
I wouldn't disagree with that. I would say 29-28.
I think Nog won the second.
Yeah, I would say so too. He had that ground control there.
The takedown strikes. Hold on, here we go.
Hold on, let's turn it up.
29-28, Hua.
Split decision.
What?
Yep, split decision.
Wow. Shogun.
Yeah, Shogun.
There we go, Shogun! How the fuck? Dude, I don't know how that judge done scored that fight 29-28 for Antonio.
All right, so let's check out the rankings and see where we're at right now. So Townsy has 11 correct picks.
JGH has 11 correct picks.
Townsy's in first place by 5 points there. I finally move off the bottom there. Thank you. Skylar's
below me. They both had another pick that was the same because they were 5 points coming into this fight.
Townsy's got 5 correct.
Bueno's in third.
So Townsy has 5 decision perfects.
Damn, dude.
And 4 semi-perfects. JGH 196. I'm just gonna say JGH has 11 correct, has 4 decision perfects, 1 perfect, and 2 semi-perfects. Followed by Bueno Knight. Bueno Knight's got 10 correct picks, 3 decision perfects, 2 actual perfects, and 1 semi-perfect.
I feel like Captain Fappin watched the videos and watched our picks because he's been right ahead. We've been tied at 590 for a while now.
Well, let's wait. Captain Fappin's number 5. We got to go to number 4 first. So let's get to number 4.
Lucas Ross.
Lucas Ross over here, number 4.
Winner.
Last week's winner right now. He's got 10 correct picks. He's got 3 decision perfects. He's got 1 perfect, and 3 semi-perfects. Like, Lucas knows his stuff, man. Like,
yeah, man. And hey, can we go take a look real quick? Click on previous event real fast.
For which one?
Because just previous event. Because this is going to be Friday's Bellator card. Me, Lucas Ross, and JGH were the only ones that picked this card.
Yeah.
And I actually won that card. I got 5 out of 7 correct.
Oh, I see. Now we're trying to take a fucking thing about our viewers.
No, I want to see. Hold on.
To make it about you.
Yeah, I need some good positive vibes because this doesn't look good for either of us right now.
Ultimately, we're not doing too bad.
JGH actually got 4 out of 7 on that one too. So she's been picking well the last few cards.
Yeah, and got a perfect yesterday too on a 7 card.
But anyway, you go back to our current one now, Captain Fappin. I know you've been watching our videos.
Did we finish off with 4?
You finished Lucas Ross.
All right, so we finished off 4.
We got Captain Fappin sitting there at 5 with 590 points. Him and I have been tied in points for the last 3 fights. I know you've been watching our fights and picking the same as me.
Well, but he's got more correct than you.
He does. He got one that he picked different, but the last couple have been the same.
You might be tied for
Let's go.
But
I'm just joking. Our points are a little different. He's got 5 decision picks. I got 3. He has no perfects. I have 2 perfects. The points have just worked out.
So basically, you both have 5 perfect picks.
Yeah, we both have 5 perfect picks in terms of mine and Jake's choice. But points-wise, I've got 2 perfects. He's got 5 decisions. That's where the 50 points makes up, and that's why we're tied at 590 right now.
I mean, ultimately, you look at it right now, you dropped one more fight than him.
Yep.
He's got one more fight. And so the fact that he has the extra...
he has 9 pick correct. I have 8 pick correct at this point, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But because of that's the biggest changer right there.
The 2 perfects are what's separating it.
Well, the 2 perfects are what are actually making you closer, given the fact that you dropped it.
Well, we're even. We're at 590 right now.
Yeah, but if you had just decision perfects on that, you'd be down by 50 points.
Right. So that's why I got the 2 perfect.
The 2 perfect.
The Tapology perfects.
Our Tapology group is our most important thing to us right now as far as interacting and
connecting
with fans. We want to watch you. We want to see what you guys know and what you guys pick, and we want to continue to make our picks, right? So our big goal is to grow the Tapology group. That's why we talk about that more than probably anything else.
Yeah, it's inclusion.
Constantly talking about it because we can update it live while we're watching the show. We can engage with you live while we're watching the show. So we want to get you guys involved in Tapology. One of our goals is grow to a point where we can start passing out prizes to the winner for our Tapology group. You know, so if we get enough people signed up for this, we're going to start passing out prizes.
One of my ideas, and I actually haven't even spoken to Jake about this yet, but I did have an idea that I wanted to talk to him about. It just happens to be a perfect segue into that.
Darren Till, looking good.
Is doing seasons on Tapology.
Yeah.
You know, maybe we have a month-long season where we pick only UFC or we only do UFC and Bellator or something like that. You know what I mean? We can lay out the rules for one season. And then at the end of the season, the winner with the most correct picks or the person that takes first place overall can win a prize.
We do 4 quarters, 4 seasons.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Winter,
4 seasons,
fall,
maybe
spring,
3 months.
Summer.
Something super. We just do seasons for this. It'll be crazy. It'll be good.
Knock them all out.
That's what I'm thinking.
Fall, spring. I mean, that would be fun. That would be fun. We could
get some prizes in there for each season.
We could do an ultimate prize for the #1 overall. We could
on
do
the
a prize.
year.
Yeah, you know, we could do a year. We could do a quarterly. We could even do a show per show.
So I'm thinking, you know, maybe we can just do some seasons. We can dictate the seasons eventually. We have a lot to hash out.
Yeah, I mean,
but my goal ultimately is we can do some seasons on Tapology where we place the first place overall during that season gets the prize. It's kind of like a fantasy league, you know.
Well, you know, I really like that because one of the big things with this show, what we want to do is we want fan interaction.
Bingo.
We don't want to be, what we want to do is we want to develop a community.
It's a community here.
We want
crushing cans. You're can crushers. We're can crushers. We're crushing cans right now.
We crush cans every time we record this stuff.
And so that's what I mean. You're can crushers. We're can crushers. This is a community, baby. we're not here just to make picks and have you guys go off and bet and do some stuff and then get pissed at us when your bet doesn't go well.
Well, that's why we don't talk, I might throw out what my personal bets are. He might throw out what his personal bets are.
And we might throw some odds there just to kind of see what Vegas is looking at on a fight.
Yeah, but ultimately, we're not a betting show.
No.
We're not a betting show. We're about having fun. We're about drinking beers. We're about crushing cans and watching some great fights. That's what we're about.
Good beer. And if you guys have a beer for us,
community.
If you guys got a beer you want to see on here, let us know. Because right now it's been me and Jake rotating off and on. We're picking our beers. And we've had one fan request so far on a beer, and that was a great beer, by the way.
It was a fantastic beer. Caden Ahumada, thank you very much. Ahumada.
Yeah.
Caden Ahumada, thank you very much. We appreciate it. That was a great beer.
Yeah,
the other thing is, if you're a sponsor or if you're a beer owner, you own your own brewery or something like that, you want something sponsored?
You want to get your beer on our show, let us know.
Boom. We'll give you a good review of it. Well, we don't know. We'll give you an honest review.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if it'll be a good review.
It'll be good.
It'll be honest. I'm not going to lie for nobody. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'm not that kind of guy. Even if we get a sponsor, I'm not going to lie about for some shit like that.
No, but throw some beer out there. We'll help you out.
God, Bobby Knuckles looks ready.
Bobby Knuckles, baby! One of the greatest nicknames ever.
Right? And we talked about nicknames before. Yeah. Like, there's been some dumb nicknames.
There have been
Bobby Knuckles, come on, baby. Let's do it.
I just love it. Darren Till.
He looks calm and ready, dude.
I'll tell you, though, when I was watching that weigh-in, or not the weigh-in,
the face-off in the cage on the beach.
The face-offs in the cage, though, Darren Till looked terrified.
You didn't like him, but he didn't look scared at all in the weigh-in.
He didn't look scared at the weigh-ins.
He looked ready, and he even said, war? You war? We doing a war? Like, he's like, what, we just going to stand and bang? Bobby Knuckles, I don't think is going to stand and bang. Well, that's how he's going to lose.
I don't think he'll lose from standing and banging. I mean, he's got
That's his best chance to lose, I should say.
I think that, that's definitely his best chance to lose. I think that the way that he needs to do it is he needs to mix in the threat of the takedown and ultimately stick to the striking. His striking with the threat of the takedown is going to make Darren Till gun shy. That's what I think needs to happen.
I think he just needs to get it to the ground and beat the shit out of him.
I want to see him stand and strike. I love the way he strikes.
The fans want to see it.
No, it's not
He's so fun.
I mean, it's just he's an effective striker.
And he throws his kicks, he mixes it all together really well.
His wrestling might be great, and he might be a Commonwealth Games champion, which is true, by the way. He's a fantastic wrestler, but I just think that his overall advantage is ultimately going to be the striking, and the best way to create those openings for striking is to fake the wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the best way to create the openings. But I think he can get it to the ground, just pin him out.
We got 25 minutes to watch this fight and see what happens here.
Come on, I need a win because
so he's a slight underdog right now. Darren Till is ranked number 6 right now. He's the plus 125 underdog right now.
I need a win here because you and I, I think 14 out of 15 on the entire card, we picked the same.
Yeah.
And the only reason I'm ahead of you is because we talked about this in the Pick'em show. You. Yeah, but we talked about this on the Pick'em show. It's bonuses.
Bonuses. I can't pass you right now, but it's not even.
And the one fight that's separating us really is the one that we picked against.
Yep, that's the truth.
90 points. So I mean,
I'm really curious to see what Squirt General picked there.
Yeah, I think he picked Till by knockout.
Really?
I think so. Let's take a look at his picks. I'll bet you it's up. Let's pull it up real quick. Let's find out what Squirt General did, because I know you and Squirt General have a little bit of beef going on.
Well, Squirt General's a little bit of fun. He's the worst.
He likes to talk. But let's see it. Let's take a look.
He's the worst fantasy football player ever.
He's got Till by knockout round 2.
So so Squirt General is the luckiest person in the world as far as luck goes, and good shit just happened to him. He's the luckiest.
But if he gets lucky here and he beats you, I think he passes you. What's the overall standings?
No, he's behind me right now. If he beats me, he passes me.
How far behind you is what I meant. Like you both have 7 picks, right?
Enough to make me kick him in the dick if he passes me. He's behind me by 5 points.
Oh, it's a 5 point for last place. Jay, are you gonna finish in last place, like second to last?
But it's not like I've been doing bad though. Like
it's not really, but this has been a really good card.
Darren Till gets caught with a jab early.
Yeah, he came rushing in too.
It was weird. He jumped in like he was leading head first.
He seems to really want to engage. If he's going to engage Bobby Knuckles like that, it's going to be a bad opportunity.
See, look at their chest. Like the thickness as far as from the front to the back, as far as the chest to the back of the back, goes to Whittaker. But if you look at the shoulder width, though,
I think Darren Till has bigger legs.
I think
his thighs look thicker.
Yeah.
Look at that. His thighs are way
his
thicker.
thighs are thicker, but his shoulders are thicker too. Like, this is what we've been arguing about all week.
I think his shoulders. His shoulders are pointed in a weird direction.
Well, yeah,
like this.
Yeah, it just makes them stick out further, right?
Yeah.
So it's like we're arguing about who's the bigger guy. We don't know because as far as stature goes, they look they look very similar.
Their height wise are the same. Bobby Knuckles looks thicker up top.
Thicker up top.
But look at those legs of fucking
legs,
Darren Till. Jesus Christ.
Legs go to
thick.
Till. Shoulders go to Till. And honestly, looking at the biceps right now, biceps are about equal right now.
Yeah, they look equal to me. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, this is just crazy to think that Till's been down to 170, and I don't feel. Oh,
what happened there?
Slipped. He slipped. Did he get hit?
It looked like he slipped because he connected with Till on the jaw, and Till got stunned.
Whoa, but he's on a single leg. Till hit him with a few good punches.
They both got hit. It was really weird. He got stunned.
It was weird
because when he hit Till got stunned and was like, "Wait, what happened?" Because Till didn't even realize Whittaker slipped.
Yeah. Well, I'm a little bit nervous about the fact that Whittaker has suffered some huge punches in his last few fights.
Yeah, but he's only been knocked out once in his career.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter how many times you've been knocked out. It's like, how much can your body
Anybody
actually
can get
take?
knocked out.
How much can your body actually take?
Yeah.
Even though you may have been able to withstand that one. Do you remember the?
Both those fights with.
What was that movie? Varsity Blues? Was that the movie?
Varsity Blues, the football movie?
Yeah, the football movie. They were talking about how one of the linemen in that movie was having concussions, right? Mm-hmm. And they talked about, hey, if you keep getting concussions, like you might potentially die. You might be able to get up and play right now, but keep getting concussions and things can get worse. Darren Till suffered.
So far, Till's leading the dance, in my opinion.
Sorry, Robert Whittaker suffered a couple of good knockouts.
Well, so has Till.
Yeah,
Whittaker's only been knocked out once though.
But he's been
rocked. Hit so many times.
He's been rocked.
And he's been
by,
in wars.
Monsters.
He's been in 5-round wars.
And that's what I'm talking about. How much can you take?
Those 5-round wars wear on you.
Well, you look at this guy, the guys out there like they were literally just talking about it, and I think it was Darren Till who was talking about it. How he didn't want to get in those wars anymore.
No, it was Darren Till. He just
doesn't
said
want
that.
to. He doesn't want to have that slurred speech like some of those guys. He wants to be able to speak clearly and cognitively, and he wants to be aware of what's going on with his own body and his own mind.
Yeah. By the way, that TV show that I was watching, Kingdom, it's an MMA show. They have 3 seasons.
Yeah, I started watching that yesterday.
It's actually not bad. I don't like the way they do the fights in the cage because it's obviously over dramatized for
TV,
cinematic effect. But it's got some good drama in it. The actor, one of the lead actors, I think he's the eldest son of Alvy, which is the main character. He's the coach of the gym. He is one of my favorite actors, and I wish he would get more roles. If you've ever seen the TV show, it was a TV show called The Black Donaghy's. It was like a special series.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but I'm a little bit nervous for Whittaker right here. Darren Till seems to have zoned in on something.
Yeah, Till seems to pick him apart right now.
Till seems to have zoned in on something here. He sees something here.
He's landing those jabs at will.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good.
Go ahead.
But The Black Donaghy's.
Yeah.
That is one of my favorite, short TV shows. It only lasted a season, I think. But it was a great TV show. And this kid was the main star on that one. And he's a phenomenal actor. He's doing such a good job right now on Kingdom. And I'm pretty sure Kingdom only has 3 seasons right now. It started in 2017.
So I only saw 3 seasons. Does it only air on Netflix?
I think it's only on Netflix right now.
Because that's where I just saw it.
But there's nudity and cussing, so I would assume it's a Netflix show.
But it could be potentially a Showtime or an HBO.
I don't think it was either one of those.
Okay, yeah, because I don't know much about it. I literally just started watching it yesterday.
Yeah.
I
don't think it was one. I'm still in the first season. No, I may be on the second season.
So I put it on. It was probably 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Late. That's when I usually start watching. I watch an episode or two.
So I didn't watch the full episode. It was all right. I mean, we'll see how I feel about it when I watch.
You got to get past that first episode. Let them get. I think it's around episode 3, 4 when it starts to get really good. I've actually enjoyed it since then. The first episode I wasn't too impressed with.
But you can't really when Till takes those deep breaths like that though. You can't you really can't look at him and think that okay he's out of it because he does that a lot. And it's almost like he's recharging his energy. He takes these weird super big deep breaths. He goes.
But I mean, think about it.
In the middle of the fight, it's crazy.
It is crazy because during the time. But if you think about it, when you're doing yoga or any other like mental conditioning, you're controlling your breathing. So if he's controlling his breathing, I mean, in the middle of a fight, why not? If it works, Take that big deep breath. If he's got time to stand there, take a big deep breath and exhale and then let it go.
Get it out. If he can do that, fine. Then fine. You know, but you got to be careful.
I wouldn't be letting him do it if I was Whittaker or somebody.
Yeah, if I'm a coach, I'm watching that and I'm timing that because this is
That's
a pattern.
exactly it. I'm timing it.
Yeah, this is a pattern he has.
Don't let him do it
in many of his fights.
Don't let him do it.
It's that deep breath, and it's weird though because
Bobby Knuckles is going hard right now.
He's got a good finish that thought right there. Darren Till has a good counter.
Ooh, Whittaker just landed a nice left.
That left hand.
Nice left from Whittaker.
It was like a hook.
Till kind of like jumped in for a weird little leg kick, but he like jumped leg kick and got caught with a huge left. Dude,
the biggest difference that I am noticing though, I feel like Till won that first round.
I think so.
But what I am realizing though is Till sacrifices his position a little bit more than Whittaker does.
Yeah, he does. He's willing to get hit to hit.
Yeah.
Whittaker's landed some really nice leg kicks. I think everybody so far, Brett Okamoto has it 10-9 Till. The last person that popped up on the screen also had it 10-9 Till. So looks like the majority.
Oh, he dropped him! Whittaker dropped him with the right.
Yep, Whittaker dropped him.
It was a 1-2. Put him down.
Jesus Christ. Angela Hill has it 10-9 Till as well. So the majority of Twitter has it 10-9 Till.
Yeah, I would agree with that. We agreed with that.
We agree. We both agree it's 10-9 Till. But Whittaker just dropped him. And
hey, can you pass me a Stardust real quick?
A Stardust? Oh!
Oh, just don't knock over all the other stuff, please.
Stardust Diner. Hey, they have a really good Philly cheesesteak.
Starburst. Sorry, Starburst.
Oh, you said Stardust. And Stardust Diner has a really good Philly cheesesteak. You mother bitch.
Have you ever had these?
Yeah. How do you get that all over me? Jesus Christ. What are we doing here?
Why are you shaking beers up before you pass them to me?
I don't know, but now I'm going to get pulled over and the cops are going to smell beer all over me.
It's not on my breath.
But Whittaker, this is Whittaker's
Whittaker's
game.
dominating the ground like we thought.
If this continues up for the next 3 minutes, 10-8 with the drop, that's 10-8 for me.
Well, with the drop, the drop is significant.
And it was a big drop. It wasn't like a small drop that Whittaker or Till just got dropped and caught back up.
The drop is significant, but I don't want to say 10-8 yet because we're 3 minutes still left in the round.
That's why I say if it continues for the next 3 minutes, is that a 10-8 for you?
If it does exactly like it's been so far, yes, you would have to give 10-8 for sure. It would be effective striking. It would be octagon control. It would be grappling control. It would be everything at this point.
Without the drop, I think it would be a 10-9, but with the drop, you got to give it a 10-8.
I mean, basically, realistically, where we're at so far, based on the rules, it would still be a 10-8.
It could be.
Based on the rules.
If they're doing the new rules.
Yeah, if we're being 100% realistic, which they announced at the beginning, they're doing the new rules set. Except for the hand down. So if your hand is still down, it's still considered down.
Or you have to have only one hand down.
Yeah, it's still considered down. Outside of that, it's entirely new rules. They said outside of that, that's the one thing that they're doing. It's all new rules.
Yeah. I can agree with one hand down, but that gets tricky.
I don't.
Because that's where that gets real tricky because you get guys like John Jones who play that and they'll keep one hand on the mat and they'll like creep
Journey
in the middle.
Newsom versus Anthony Marks.
It's crazy when you get that weird.
Journey Newsom versus Anthony Marks. Anthony Marks could have kneed his head off to death. Right there, but Journey Newsom kept playing the ground game. So it's are you up or are you down?
I wish Anthony would have stuck with fighting, man. He was good. He could have been really good, in my opinion.
I'll tell you what, I told you this early on.
Before, when they were training, he was a quick learner.
He could have been a
world... And what's funny is, Anthony
he could have been a world champion.
He didn't wrestle. He didn't box. He didn't do any of that shit. No.
Well, he did know he had a little bit of boxing in high school, but... He could have been a world champion. I'm telling you,
I meant specifically because I was friends with him in high school. He didn't box.
No, he did have a little.
He had a little bit of training there, but he didn't box.
No, he could have been a world champ. I'm telling you, Anthony Marks could have been a world champion if he really wanted.
That's how good he was.
His ability to pick up and learn and stuff like that was insane.
So we're up again. We got a minute left in the round, so that negates the 10-8 maybe.
Yeah, well, that's why I said we got to see what happens
here. You can't go by boxing rules, in my opinion, because in boxing it would automatically be a 10-8
automatically from that drop.
And I hate that because in MMA we do a 5-minute round.
Yep.
You can't just give it a 10-8 because somebody got knocked down.
Yeah, and the 5-minute round is for a reason. It's because we have things not just striking.
Exactly.
We have the grappling exchange.
That one missed.
Where things can change effectively real quick.
Look, oh my God, 38-4 in total strikes for the round 2 so far.
I'm not surprised by that.
No, because all the ground strikes landed too.
Yeah, I mean.
And Whittaker is going for that knockout, baby. Let's go. I said round 2. Come on, you got 10 seconds. Let's go. Did I say round 2?
I don't know. I pulled back up.
I think I said round 2. I'm kind of pissed. Either way, I want the knockout. Let's go. Yep. I can't tell, actually.
You said yep, and it's not even up here.
So wait a minute, that's the wrong fight.
Yep. Yep. All right, so not round 2 knockout.
All right, I did pick round 2 knockout, though.
Till
we're looking
has
at it right
a
now.
bloody nose. Looks like he's got a little bit of a contusion below his eye, potentially.
Bobby
His
Knuckles,
left eye.
baby. Bobby Knuckles.
Yeah, it's been
You
a
got a
good fight.
1-1, Jake?
I'd say 1-1.
10-9, 10-9 each round?
10-9, 10-9.
Let's do it.
10-9, 10 round. I would agree 10-9, 10-9. Yeah, absolutely. Robert Whittaker wins that last round. He drops Till early in the round. He dominates the ground game there, but it's not overly dominant to the point where it'd be a 10-8.
Yeah.
And then Darren Till ends up getting back to his feet, but Robert Whittaker still controlled that part.
And
that
the
last little
knockdown
minute there.
wasn't, for me, I think you got to be able to differentiate between knockdowns.
Knockdown and a drop.
Like
So, I mean, so when I say drop, if I hit you and you fall down like a ton of bricks, you dropped.
yeah.
If I catch your foot when you kick and I punch you in the face, I knocked you down.
Right.
But
I mean,
didn't
if you
necessarily
think
drop you.
in terms
Is that
of,
what you're thinking? Like,
no, think in terms of like Conor Khabib. Khabib knocked Conor down, but Conor never actually went down.
So you're thinking
he caught himself and got back up.
you're thinking Chael Sonnen and Anderson Silva. Chael Sonnen drops Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva gets right back up with it though.
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
I
okay,
mean,
yeah,
you got
yeah.
to look at it. There's not. I mean, yeah, you drop the guy,
So a drop down, a
But-
knockdown, and a drop down, knockdown, slip.
but
That's
how
basically-
there's levels to that too. That's what's so significant about the MMA game is there's levels to
and
everything.
This is exactly why I am. Dude, I'm telling you, like I obsessed over the point factor for a couple of years.
Dude,
trying
it's so
figure
hard to
out,
score,
like,
and that's why when you
I
call,
wanted to be the dude that fucking figured out how to finally make the points work.
well, nobody's figured it out yet.
it's
so
not going to work.
You can try to
It
do
won't.
something.
It won't work. There's
You can
nothing.
still be that dude. You can
No,
still be that dude.
I'm telling you, there's nothing that will work.
I mean, if they figured it out, they would have done it by now. I feel like
There's nothing
We're at 30 years old almost.
Yeah, but the problem is there's just too many different factors. Till's winning this round so far, a minute into it
Well,
almost.
we're almost a minute in, so we got a little
Till's
bit.
winning this round. He's controlling the center. He's outstriking Robert Whittaker, who's looking to counter right now. It looks like.
Oh,
but
he just
Till
caught
hits
him
him
with a
with a
nice
good
left.
So it's interesting. The rounds are almost going back and forth right now.
Yeah, but Till looks like he's taken the most damage so far.
He absolutely has taken the most damage.
That knockdown in round 2, and then Bobby Knuckles just beat the hell out of him.
Oh hell yeah, he did.
So
But-
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, as far as finishing up that thought on the rounds, you're never gonna have a point system that's gonna be fair to anybody. There's just way too many factors into it.
Yeah.
There's way too many styles. You have to judge it round based on round. The biggest thing that we can do is try to educate judges and hope that they agree with the opinion that we have ourselves. That's
Yeah.
the best way you can go about
and
it.
even at that point,
Realistically,
you're never gonna have anybody that
No.
agrees,
I mean, look at boxing. They've been trying to figure it out for over 100 years, and they still
Yeah.
can't figure it out.
dude. Yeah, I mean, I feel bad
And
for
it's
Manny
less
Pacquiao. He
variables.
has so many stupid losses on his record because judges are stupid.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't get some of the judges.
Well, there is some corruption in boxing, and
There
everybody. Nice job. That was sweet by Whittaker. He looked like
Hey,
he went from the Matrix.
You remember that Matrix kick the last card?
Ooh, and Till just did the same thing.
Jesus Christ! But you remember that Matrix kick last card? Somebody made a GIF out of it, and they like added the Mortal Kombat like music.
That's
to it.
dope. Yeah.
And dude, I forgot who it was, but he ducked under that kick and it went right over his
Right
head.
by his face. We just had two of those back to back, right?
Yeah,
Here.
it was crazy. That's what I mean. It's crazy.
We had a Whittaker throw.
Whittaker's duck wasn't as good as this other guy. That other guy ducked under quick. It was crazy.
Till's right after it was pretty good too, though.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
This is a fun fight, man. This is good.
Oh, I'm liking this fight. I'm having a blast right now. It's funny though that they say Till's shorts are
221.
white because those
are
look
gray. Those are definitely
Those look
gray
like
shorts to me.
super gray.
Maybe
The guy-
gray. Maybe they don't have a gray shorts in MMA. I don't fucking know.
I don't know, but
Pretty sure they've called them gray before. But...
I feel like they have. The person who's running the teleprompter.
Ooh,
is
another
blind.
one. And Bobby Knuckles with the spinning back.
He's like, oh,
what
you
are you
missed
raising
it.
your hand for,
You
Till?
missed it. What's up? You can't hit me. What's
You
up?
got 2 minutes left.
That's
Don't
exactly what Till was doing.
But don't raise
Till
your
bitch
hand.
slapped him right there. Did you see
You
that?
got the little Stockton
He
slap
fucking hit him
style
with the
shit.
Stockton slap there.
We got 2 minutes. Don't raise your hands like you just won the rounds.
No.
Come on, bro.
No, I agree with that. Don't do that.
Don't do that shit. You got 2 minutes. Yeah, he may have missed a strike, but you've missed plenty of strikes too.
Yeah, that's true.
We got
And your
2
ear's
minutes left.
bleeding,
Minute
bro.
and a half. Is he bleeding out the ear?
Look at his right ear. He's got blood.
I'm trying to look at
right
that.
Down that. All that blood.
Did he get a little cauliflower popped?
Look at it. It's all coming down from that right ear.
Ooh, that was a good left by Whittaker coming up though after the takedown attempt.
Look, see that? Yeah,
right I see some red coming out of the ear.
It's all just draining out. It's blood right
I'm just curious if it's eardrum or if it's popped. Cauliflower.
Cauliflower ears. I mean, that's possible.
Does Till have much cauliflower?
He's got a little bit. I don't think it's not like something that sticks out like super bad, but he's got.
Well, most wrestlers you typically would see cauliflower with a lot of wrestlers.
Yeah, but he's got more cauliflower than me.
Their ears are always grinding and shit, and
this is all the cauliflower I got, and you can't even tell unless you really.
You used to have. I feel like you used to have bigger cauliflower. Well,
it was. Remember
you drained it, huh?
Yeah, I drained it.
Because you used to have big cauliflower.
And then I stuck the foam and stuff in here to try to mold it.
Yeah.
And I would keep that in there to try to mold it around my ear, so you can't even really tell very much anymore.
No, it looks good.
Yeah, I mean, I wish it showed better because.
You remember when Seth Baczynski?
Yeah, when it exploded.
When his ear exploded against Kimbo Slice.
Yeah.
Dude, that was fucking wicked. When you see cauliflower
no, that wasn't Seth Baczynski.
I'm pretty sure it was Seth Baczynski.
No, because he lost to Seth Petrozelli.
Or was it Petrozelli?
Seth Petrozelli is the one that knocked him out in the first round. When they tried to pay him to go street. The last I feel like the last name you have right, but I feel like the first name you have wrong.
I'm pretty sure Baczynski is Seth. It's Seth Baczynski.
No, it's Petrozelli. Was it who? I don't know. We're gonna pull it up.
Pull it up real quick. I think
so.
It was
Round
Seth
3
Baczynski.
ends. It's really close.
It was a long time ago.
It was a really close round.
Yeah, Darren Till I think is actually out of energy. That breathing right there is not controlled breathing.
But he does that. But he does that in all of his fights.
Right, but this looks a little different.
I don't know. I feel like,
We'll find out. I mean, he looks like he's having fun.
He's got a weird breathing pattern when he fights.
That blood is... Oh, yeah, that's cauliflower for sure. That's popped.
Yeah, so it was James Thompson is who you're thinking about.
Really?
James Thompson.
Go back to it. Let me see.
Right there. I'm at it.
No, go to the one...
Seth Petrozelli's the one that knocked him out in 14 seconds.
Yeah, and his is the ear that exploded, so it's Petrozelli.
No, it wasn't. It was James Thompson.
Google it.
I'm telling you.
No.
I'll bet you $2 on it right now.
Okay, go ahead.
2 $1 bills.
Okay, I don't have any dollar bills. I use all digital banking.
What's his name? James?
No. I'm pretty sure. Just to the Kimbo Slice ear explodes. That's what you got to say. All you got to say. You'll get the video. I'm pretty sure it's Seth.
I know. It's James Thompson. I'm telling you right here.
No. Hold on. Play it.
I know for a fact.
Hold on.
See?
Oh, yeah. It might have been. That ear's fucked up on that one.
I'm telling you. I know for a fact that it's James Thompson. Just as soon as the name popped up, I remember because he had some of the wickedest cauliflower ears.
He does have some really wicked cauliflower ears.
Yeah, and Seth Petrozelli came out, put a foot out in his face, hit him with one and dropped him.
Well, I know Petrozelli knocked him out, but I feel like I feel like it was the Seth something because I remember
No, you're mixing up.
Seth, one of those Seth dudes got their fucking ear busted up too. I'll bet you if you look it up, I'll bet you Baczynski had his ear popped too.
People counting out McGee too much. I don't think he was.
I remember that.
Huh?
Huh? No, he got, dude. Chimaev fucked him up. Sorry, guys. We're looking at our comments.
Schmidt.
Oh, damn. Look, Will T, bro. I mean,
did you? Yeah,
I'm sorry, bro. Like that was a domination. I know people were counting on McKee. We were counting on McKee, and it looks like it was rightfully so.
Here's the bottom line: McKee is a great, fantastic fighter.
We don't want to take away from his ability.
No. You take a short notice fight, you don't have the ability to train for a guy, and we've seen what happens to people when they train for a guy like Khabib. Okay?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't tend to matter or change much. Now, when we look at Chimaev, he's very much like Khabib.
And we've seen wrestlers, and that's my thing. Like you look at like Pat the fuck's his name?
Healy, Downey.
Pat Healy. Pat Healy, when he fought Khabib. Mm-hmm. Pat Healy's a great wrestler. Let's not take away from Pat Healy. Yeah. He got dominated by Khabib. Yeah. Chimaev is on that Khabib level.
Abel Trujillo, he's a good wrestler. He got dominated by Khabib.
Chimaev is on that Khabib level. We got to go there.
Yes, and I don't know if I want to necessarily say he's on that level yet. I want to see him against top 5, top 10 competition. But
Till landed some good shots right there.
With that left there.
It was a left and a right.
What I will say about Chimaev is he looks like he has all the same skills and the same personality, the same fight style as Habib.
He's there.
I think that Chimaev has the ability to do what Habib's doing. And
he's essentially a bigger Habib.
And look at what Habib's done. It's going to make it very hard. And he's got a better shot than Habib. Habib has a terrible actual shot.
But we did point it out earlier, in every single one of those fights, he always throws that right and ducks for the takedown. Mm-hmm. If teams start catching on to that and fighters start catching on to that, he's going to be susceptible to that.
Yeah, he'll be susceptible. He'll have to mix it up.
He's going to. We'll have to see, though, eventually, because people are going to learn. This is the top.
He's going to have to. I mean, even look at
This
Habib.
is the top of the top. People are going to learn his shot.
But even look at Habib. Look at Habib. He's modified and changed it a lot.
He changed so much.
So if you look at his early UFC days, he came in and he rushed and he went to take people down right away.
He used to shoot double legs on people.
Now, if you're looking at him now,
he goes for the clinch.
How often is he trying to take him down like
that? He doesn't.
That?
He just tries to walk in, eat some shots, and grab the clinch and take you down.
Yeah.
That's it.
What's the guy from from New York? Ally Quinta. He's from New
Ally
York,
Quinta.
Right?
Yeah, but I feel like that was.
But here's the thing. He struggled against the takedown against Ally Quinta as far as shooting.
Yeah.
But when he was able to change it up and close the distance, he was able to grab a hold of him and drag him down.
Part of that fight for me, I feel like he wanted to beat Al at stand-up because even in that one, because he stood up for the majority of that fight.
I don't know if it was that he wanted to. I don't know if he wanted to.
He said that he wanted to showcase his stand-up in that fight.
But you have to understand, though, that Ally Quinta was literally a last-minute replacement, almost that day.
24 hours almost? Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't
But he said, after that.
You don't really have a game plan for that type of thing. He tried multiple times to shoot and take Ally Quinta down, and he failed multiple times. Luckily enough, he was able to mix in his striking and his actual ties.
Come on, Bobby Knuckles.
And by ties, I mean the fact that he was able to grab him and tie up with him on the feet. He was able to mix those up enough to be the difference, right? So in American wrestling, we have folk style wrestling. That's exactly.
So look at the total strikes so far. Whittaker's outstruck him on all rounds.
Whittaker's outstruck him every single round. But so Ally Quinta is a American wrestler. We're better at stopping.
And he's a real estate agent in New York.
We're better at stopping shots, right? Where we lack at as Americans is we lack in the Greco department overall as a country nationwide. Habib is able to tie up with people where American wrestling lacks, right? We're not all Matt Lindlands. What the fuck is wrong with you?
These fucking bottles, man, they're right in my elbow's way.
Matt Lindland is one of the few American wrestlers that can actually do Greco
Dan
phenomenal.
Henderson. Now
he was a Greco guy. He was a Greco guy.
Oh, there's the bitter. Ooh, that bitter hits you quick though. I don't like that.
But anyway, the bottom line is if you look at it, Habib's style as far as being able to shoot in and take people down, his takedowns as far as shots are not very good. If he ties up with you, he's dragging you down to the ground.
Time out. Look at total striking real quick. Whittaker has almost 100 total strikes landed.
He's almost doubled Bobby.
Bobby Knuckle only has 36.
Bobby Knuckles is the same.
Not Bobby Knuckles. Sorry.
Darren Till.
Oh shit. Darren Till only has 37 total strikes through 4 rounds.
But I feel like the fight's still been more competitive than those numbers.
It seems like it's been more competitive.
It might be that the fact that the fight I hate when people spell Whittaker's name wrong, and it's the most
when they go
one T. They always put
one T and 2 Ks.
Yeah, they'll do 1 T and they'll
or 1 T 1 K.
Bilal Muhammad, there you go, 2-2. Okay, I agree with you, Bilal Muhammad with the question mark. He says 2-2 with the question mark.
Maybe.
I don't disagree with that.
They were close enough. The last 2 rounds were close enough that they could be either way.
They were close enough.
I would still go. I think I got 3-1 Bobby Knuckles.
Yeah, I would say 3-1 Whittaker. But I'm not going to disagree with what Bilal Muhammad had said.
They were that close.
Yeah.
It's not like it was significant in terms of the second round where Bobby Knuckles outstruck him by 40 strikes.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah. Nope. It's been a good fight overall. I'm really excited for Darren Till, to be honest. This is his
weight class. He looks good at middleweight.
Yeah, this is a big step up right now. You're going against a former world champion in your second fight.
Shukagan has it going 2-2 going the 5th.
2-2 going in
a lot of people might have it 2-2 going the 5th. I don't know.
We'll see what the refs say. I say 3-1. You say 3-1. We'll see what the refs say. Ultimately, though, I'm like I said, like Darren Till, man, good job, man. Regardless of whether you win or lose, like you're going against a former world champion,
Title
right
champion.
Here.
185 title champ who beat Yoel Romero twice.
And you're in a fight that's 2-2 potentially.
And it's close. The stand-up has been close. It's been
very close.
The stand-up's been so hard to depict who's going to win.
Yeah.
The problem is Bobby Knuckles is going backwards on a lot of these exchanges.
Mm-hmm.
So the judges
he might be out striking, but he is also backing up.
And the judges don't like that for some reason.
Nope, because the problem is a lot of these judges.
That leg kick to the inside of the right leg was beautiful.
A lot of these judges came after that Lyoto Machida.
Look at the different color in Till's legs, though.
Look at that shot, though.
His right leg is a completely different color than his left leg.
Yeah, no, it's true. Till's got some thick legs, man.
Good left by Till. Left.
And he's a southpaw.
Yeah, that calf though, that calf is fucked.
Yeah, it is.
If Bobby Knuckles changes his stances and goes that calf again.
If you look at Darren Till's right leg and you look at it from his knee, about 4 inches down from his knee, all the way down to the ground.
There's two different colors.
It's different color.
Looks like it's even swollen.
Yeah, I mean, like that leg is beat up.
Dude, Bobby Knuckles needs to switch stances and go for that leg again.
2 or 3 inches below that knee right there is the target right now.
If I'm Whittaker, I'm going for that.
That's where I'm heading for.
Dude, keep going for it. He's got that leg sticking out. Why not?
And it's too close. Obviously, it's too close to try to coast to a victory. Go for the finish.
You got 2 minutes left in the fight.
Darren Till hits him with a good 1-2 right there.
And Darren Till's been going forward a lot. And
he's controlling the center. And that's what I'm saying,
the judges give it to him, though.
The
judges like that.
Center. They say
ooh, that hurt him. Ooh. That hurt him.
Well, the problem is the word octagon control. Mm-hmm. The word octagon control should not be.
We've talked about it before.
It should not be in a.
Those leg kicks, he hit him again. Dude, those leg kicks, I'm telling you, until switch stances, or no, he's still got it forward. Holy shit.
He's just going to stand there and take it.
Dude, if I'm Whittaker, why not just keep going to that leg? You've seen it's clearly affecting him. He showed it on the last 2 leg kicks.
Another one to the leg there. He's trying to set it up.
Setting up that takedown.
I don't like that.
No. Come on, Bobby. You got to do more than that.
Bobby Knuckles!
They're going to give you a failed takedown attempt on that. And I don't like that either. Because it wasn't really a takedown attempt.
No, it was just there. He grabbed it. So we got 55 seconds left. Right now, they're standing in the center, kind of trading with each other. Not a ton.
Come on. Ooh, nice jab. Ooh,
Till hits with the jab, and then he throws a good 2 there. And they're talking to each other. He's like, you felt that.
And Bobby Knuckles is bloody as
fuck. Why are we stopping it?
His left ear, it looks like it's coming from above the left ear. I don't know. What the fuck? Why did Herb stop that fight? Nobody had a mouthpiece missing. Nothing happened.
Did he tell them to stop talking to each other?
You can't do that as a ref.
To stop doing that. If these guys want to talk to each other, let them talk. That's part of the entertainment value of it all.
You can't tell them.
Shut the fuck up.
I don't know what Herb did. I don't know what Bobby Knuckles with a big late takedown.
But he's bleeding from something.
What the fuck happened? I didn't see a strike that landed.
I feel like I missed something.
I didn't see Till landed a good left, and that was it.
I don't know, man. Maybe it was that punch that they were talking about. It busted him open there.
We saw the 1-2 by Till.
6 seconds left.
But Bobby Knuckles might have taken it with that last takedown, but I don't know.
I don't know where that blood came from.
All right, that's crazy, dude.
Real quick, I want to rewind and see if I can find out what
that was a close round fight. Before we go into to that, who do you have winning this fight? I got a 3-2 Bobby Knuckles.
Well, basically,
because I gave that last round to Till, and I had him 3-1 going into the last round.
I don't know if I give that last round to Till, but I am going to say, honestly, the first...
It's close.
I would say before going into that last round, I had it 3-1 Whittaker, so I'm still going to stick with that.
Right.
I want to see what they were saying.
You say 4-1 Whittaker then? Go back further because he's bleeding out of that fucking ear crazily.
So did he get poked in the eye or something?
I don't know.
We're rewinding it a little bit here, you guys. Sorry.
Yeah, we're trying to see what happened with that ear. Because he got popped.
A minute left.
Till landed a nice 1-2 coming up right here. It was, see?
Right there.
That was the only strike.
It started bleeding, though, because that's where it started bleeding. He must have popped cauliflower, because it's bleeding now. Look at that.
Yeah, you can see the blood coming straight down the ear. Oh, my God.
He's like, I got you. But it's a bleeding above the ear.
Yeah, I think that's just blood going over it.
So what is he stopping?
But I don't know why Herb's stopping it here. That doesn't make sense.
I'm so confused.
Hold on. We're trying to find out why Herb stopped this fight.
He said, I got you. I got you good. Yeah, I got you.
Did Till
was-
get an eye poke? Because he rubbed his eye. Till rubbed his eye.
I'm
Watch
going
for the
back a
eye
little
poke
bit
real
further.
quick. Watch Till's right eye. Till rubs his right eye. So watch his right eye. That elbow is what got it. Okay. So the elbow popped open that cauliflower on Whittaker.
Oh, yeah, there was a finger right there.
Was there a finger right there?
Robert Whittaker put his left hand out. Watch this.
Hold on.
Right here, coming up, right here. As Till steps in. Right there.
Oh,
you see that?
yeah.
Yeah.
Really minor, but I see it and Till doesn't care. He's shaking it off.
He's like, you fucking poked me in the eye, you motherfucker. You know
Yeah.
it. Yeah, you did.
Yeah. He's like, you poked me, but I'm good. Let's go, bitch.
This is crazy.
But, I mean, I think it's
we
48-47. Whittaker is my decision. What do you got?
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would say probably.
So you gave him Till the last round? Because
No.
you had it 3-1 Whittaker.
No. I'm giving Whittaker that last round.
So you got 49-46.
49-46.
All right, so I got 48-47. You got 49-46.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yep, that's what I'm going with.
Let's go.
That's what I'm going with. Let's get his caught back up. Sorry, we were behind a little bit. We rewound there.
Oh, shit, I just spilled.
All right,
Cut
official
that.
decision.
Just joking.
After 5 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards, and all 3 judges see it. 48-47.
Whittaker.
By unanimous decision out of Sydney, Australia.
Robert Whittaker.
Robert Whittaker,
Right here.
baby.
Boom.
That's a perfect for you because you picked him by decision,
yeah, I
didn't
picked
you?
him by decision.
You might. Well, you can't pass me.
I can't
but,
pass you. I'm too far behind.
But I got the win for Whittaker, so let's see what the standings are now, guys. Win for us, 48-47. I was
Wait.
right on that one.
No, I picked. What did I pick?
Well, you
Whittaker
had
by
Whittaker in a knockout too?
Apparently, I had him by knockout in round 2.
You motherfucker. Oh, is that another one where we both had the same?
Or are we? Yeah, it might be.
Is that both mine?
No, these are yours right here.
That's mine. Now go to yours. Jesus Christ, dude. You're telling me I got 9 picks correct and finished in 3rd?
No, you finished in 5th.
Or, not 3rd, but 5th. Not 5th.
Technically, 5th tied for
6th.
6th.
Tied for... This
I would say 6th because you got
motherfucker.
more correct than you. And
But,
more-
I mean, I tied for 5th because we're points. It's points, baby. Points are all
it's
that
all
matter.
about that points. I don't get it.
Hey, Squirt General finishing last.
Woo! We knew that was
Hey,
gonna
you know
happen.
what? Squirt General didn't have his main event picked
Yes,
until
he
I
did.
messaged him.
No, until I messaged him.
No, I messaged him too.
I messaged him.
I messaged him. You
I
gotta look.
messaged him.
You gotta. That's so funny because I messaged him and I was like, "Hey, you're not gonna."
All right, what time did you message him at?
I don't know. My phone's right there. I can't take a look.
We're about to find
We're
out.
recording and on my phone.
All right. Well, let's pause.
But
Hey,
so here's what happened.
Hey, let's wrap this up real quick. So
Yep. Hold on.
All right.
Let me put the Starburst over there. Let's grab one.
All right.
And
you want to tell that story for
yeah.
the camera real quick?
Which
Or
one?
For Skylar?
Yeah.
do you want-
So for Squirt General, I messaged him earlier. I think today.
Yeah, because he only had 14 to
I
15
think
picks.
it was probably right around 12 or 1 o'clock, real close. And I'm like, hey, are you just only picking 14 fights? And he's like, what? And then he messaged me back. He's like, oh, shit, that was the main event, too. And I'm like, I'm just laughing, dude. I'm like, dude. I was like, yeah, you only have 14 pick.
So what time? You said about 12 or 1?
Probably 12 or 1 I messaged him.
All right, so I messaged...
Between 12 and 1.
I
maybe.
messaged him at
Really close to the same time as me, it looks like.
11:58 a.m. You're
Yeah,
missing...
close.
So 11:58 a.m. I missed him. Said you're missing 1 pick. It says you only picked 14
Yeah,
and 15.
that's close.
So-
I would have to look at mine. It might be right around the same exact time that you did it, timestamp wise.
I
But either way,
don't want to beat him just because he.
no, I want you guys to
screwed
make
up,
your
yeah.
picks. Make your picks.
Exactly. Like, it's only cool to win if everybody made all their picks.
Yeah.
Or the majority of the group made all their picks. Like, try to make those picks. Have fun with it.
Yeah, we're doing this for fun. It's not really. I mean, it's a competition, but it's not as.
Hey,
a
soon
competition.
you guys have the ability to steal stuff from us once we start giving out those prizes. and
Yeah, I
stuff.
mean, don't let us win the
So-
seasons. If we start doing seasons, don't let us win.
Nope, don't let us win. So thank you guys for joining us for another episode of the Crushing Cans podcast. Tonight we've been drinking Battlestar IPA from Crux Brewery. Hey, you ready to crush these cans?
That's been a good beer, man. I'm ready to crush
you know
these
what?
cans.
I've really
Let's take a look and let's.
like these cans.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Beer,
So,
like this beer.
so overall, I mean, I enjoyed the beer. It wasn't that bitter. I thought it was gonna be worse than it was actually. Like, it's really, if that sounds weird. When I see 65 IBUs, I'm like, yeah, it's
A little
probably-
bit higher than
That's
you
a little bit
typically
high
like.
for my personal taste. but it was actually really good.
I think the
It
IBU
went in
list
well
is
and
deceiving.
finished well.
Yeah, went in well, finished well. You could feel. What was cool is it was a very full flavored beer.
Yeah,
where
you
got,
could. Oh,
you
dude,
got like
it's
that
beautiful.
smoothness in
Beautiful.
the front. The smoothness in the
So
front.
smooth
that
in the
just
front.
made it super easy to drink.
Because it went down really smooth.
Yeah, and then you had that fruity flavor towards like the back of your tongue.
It smelled really good too.
It smelled really good.
For a beer, oh my God.
That
This has
fruity
a,
flavor towards the back of your tongue there, and then you could really start to feel the hops afterwards.
yeah, you didn't really hit, the bitterness didn't hit me until a few minutes
Afterwards.
after that first drink.
Yeah, it was good.
I was like, wait a minute, this is weird. Like, I didn't expect it to hit
Yeah.
so late, but it hit late. But
Yeah.
it was good, and it tasted good going down, man. And
Yeah.
you know what? At 7.8%?
7.8, something like that.
7.8% alcohol per volume. We're looking at Tall Boys right here. This is some good beer for the price too. What
Not
was that?
bad.
12
So
bucks?
yeah, it was about between $11 and $12 for the 4-pack. We're doing Tall Boys. So when you drink craft brews and you're not just drinking from like Coors Light or whatever, it's gonna cost you a little bit more. If you want good quality beer, you're gonna have to pay a little bit more.
You're looking around 10, 11, 12 bucks for good craft beer.
Yeah, I mean, trust me, I spent $30-$40 on a 4-pack before.
On
so,
accident.
Yeah, so I mean,
That was so funny though.
just in general, like I spent $30-$40 on a 4-pack before of beer, just trying to get good quality beer.
Yeah.
So this right here, good quality beer for about $10 for a 4-pack, 7.8%. Is that what it was? 6.8.
7.8%, dude.
Or
I
6.8.
liked it.
6.8, 7.8. So 7.8.
And I'm a beer snob.
Yeah, you are a snob.
So
I
I liked it.
didn't even leave beer in there.
No, you're just a snob. Fuck you.
But yeah, no, I mean, no, we like beer. This is good. Battlestar has been a great beer for us.
Yeah.
We are not sponsored by them or any other beer companies. But if you have a beer and you would like us to feature it on the show,
Let us know.
let us know. We'll bring it in.
Yeah, this has been
Hey.
a great beer, Jake. All right, Jake,
All right.
you ready to crush these cans?
Yeah, let's crush these
Crush
cans.
these cans.